Hello, boys and girls, and Willow, and welcome back to another bigger part. This is now going to be merged, I think, into part three. I'm just trying to make it like this was going to be so big, so that's why I'm separating into a lot of parts. So I'm going to be ranking more of these Hi-5 songs for the weeks. But the original cast, yeah, because I just didn't grow up with the other ones, so that's why. Ah, I hate when the ads do that. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I just finished talking about Series 4. Now let's go into talking about Series 5. Now, there are three remakes in this series, so I'm gonna have to watch out for that because then I don't know why this person who created this tier list didn't put the remakes here because the person assumed it was just remakes, but it doesn't matter. There are still new episodes. What with the remakes? So LOV, Love Again, Dream On, and Ready or Not. I don't know why they think it's just the same remakes we got, but there's still different episodes. So I want to still explain about it. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't just not put it in with that reason. Like that's shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just put 6 episodes. So I think the reason why I think they did remakes for Series 5 was because I think they celebrated 5 years of Hi-5, I think. Um, which was gone into reputation like 5 years. So 5 years exactly. So I think that's why they had to celebrate that and put remakes. But I felt like it would have been better to get another 3 new songs instead. But no, that's okay. I really liked the revamped versions of like remastered, basically, Okay, now let's go into talking about the first songs of the week, which I absolutely was a very kick-off, good start, very great start to Series 5. Come on and party! Festivals. Okay, this was absolutely the best one. Sorry you can't see it. I'll go up here a little bit. Yeah, so this was it right there. So festivals. So yeah, I absolutely loved this songs of the week so much. It was just absolutely just one of their best ones. I don't know why they didn't add in all the best. I'm actually so disappointed about that. All the best were there are all 48 best hits, or no, 47 hits I think. Yeah, 48 hits. From all the best that came out I think in 2008, 2000 to 2009. It was a big compilation of everyone's favorite hits. It's sort of like Hi-5 Favorites, but that was into a DVD of stories and songs of the weeks. But for all the best, it was just all of everybody else's favorite songs of the weeks. So yeah, we got like 40 something hits, over 40 something hits, including Christmas songs. Yeah, so that was interesting. Love that. Okay, now let's get into talking about because I just put it in S tier because I loved this songs of the week a lot, and I loved how they went into already a party theme, so everything made sense. So that's why I did that. Okay, now the first hot episode of the songs of the week is Family Celebrations. That is a really good start to that season, actually. Not only episode but season. It's a really good kick-off start to it. So family celebrations. So Chats tells Kelly about her family's spring festival. Yeah, spring festival. Then Charlie jumps in the sack. Kathleen matches the Hi-5 band faces with the things they like. So apparently she already sings Give 5 before the actual release, the next songs of the week after this one. Which I don't know why they kind of made the adaptation way too early. They shouldn't have made Give 5 to come up first, and then it would make sense, but never mind, that's okay. It's still good, at least it gives you kind of a hint, if you know what I mean. It's not just Kathleen's segment, but also Charlie's as well. So, and then after her segment, Charlie sings the Hi-5 Family song, so she sings the family song, which was Five Senses, all back from Series 1 again. Then Nathan asks Tim to make a surprise party song, but he doesn't tell him who it is for. Well, obviously it's for Tim, so what else are you gonna know? Then Charlie shows different faces. Nathan makes Japanese kites. Charlie pretends to be a fish. Charlie tells us a story about a family that can never decide anything, and when their new baby is born, they must choose a name for him. Yeah, again, we're getting up to the Baby Nathan concept. I feel like this is definitely a trilogy of Baby Nathan now. What we got in Series 2, and then 4, and then we've got in 5 now. That is crazy. I feel like that's enough of Baby Nathan. It's not that I didn't want it, but That is a lot. But at least he didn't cry all the way, so yeah, series 2 was the most chaotic one. Then I would say probably series 4, and then this one. But I loved how this episode was already engaging. Everything was like about being oriental, like family oriented, you know. It's crazy, I love that. Then the next episode is Around the World. Yeah, I guess you could celebrate around the world. That is a good episode as well. So then Nathan and Tim dress up and dance to celebrate the first day of spring in England. Oh, that's interesting. Then Charlie, Kathleen, and Kelly do a maypole dance to welcome spring. So everything is about spring, but also we got that in the last episode. But I don't want this just to be about spring. I want this whole Songs Week to be about celebrations. But luckily I still loved this Songs list. That's why I put in S tier, which I'll tell you later on. Then Kathleen makes a flower garland for an Indian cow. Oh wow, that's really cute. That's something really different. Then Charlie says Hawaiian words. Then Tim plays a drum for the Lucky Dragon festival, and he helps Kathleen and Kelly to overcome their fear of drums and cymbals. Oh come on, they're just instruments. Don't be so scared. They're really like scaredy cats from doing something. Please no. Why do they have to make that into a concert? I really don't know. Then Charlie pretends to be part of the Carnivale. So she sings Celebrate from Series 4. Then Kelly and Chats build a Thai rocket from Thailand. Then Charlie pretends to be a raindrop. Kathleen tells the story about a girl who loves dancing samba, and she is about to go to a party along with her friends. And they get worried because Charlie doesn't make her own costume. Yeah, I mean, this sharing story was not only a distraction to where it wasn't going, but I didn't like how this story almost had no plot, and that is not good. We need a plot. I felt like this had no plot at all because in the sharing story because they were just making costumes the entire time. Like I didn't know what was happening at first. Yeah, that is a bit annoying. Like I don't know, but otherwise I still really loved the story as well. I don't know, even if we didn't know where the plot was going. Okay, so then by the way, the next episode, the next episode is community events. Community events. Kathleen makes Chinese dumplings and prepares a gong to announce when they're ready. Charlie tries to eat with chopsticks. Nathan, Kelly, and Kathleen celebrate the sun. So Nathan does apparently, and apparently all of the Hi-5 band sing the sun from the Holiday album, which was good that we got this adaptation. But unlike what we got from Series 4, they moved it into this series. Some of the songlets were moved into this series, like Jazz Scat and was it Captain Wonder? No, not Captain Wonder. Captain Wonder, they also did another remake in this series, but they're still done in Series 4, so I'm not worried about that. What was another songlet that had that different adaptation? Oh, I forgot. But I know one of them, yeah. So, yeah, the sun was from the Holiday album, but everyone sang it in the album. But in Nathan's segment in the series, only 3 of them sang it. Charlie and Tim, when they weren't in it, they got to... 2 of them, they got to be in the album. Why didn't they get to be in it as well? That's not good. Anyway, then, speaking of Charlie, Charlie sings about the sun. Tim finds some crabs at the crab festival, where the winner gets a new shell. Charlie, Tim, and Nathan pretend to be seagulls waiting for a potato chip. Kelly helps Chats to overcome her fear of singing in front of lots of people. Oh, I love it, especially her. I love both of their singing. Like, come on. That is, again, overcoming fear. I don't want overcoming fear celebrations. I want big, exciting celebrations. Excellent celebrations. So, yeah. Extreme, you know. Then Charlie does a tap dance in a tap concert. Then Tim tells us a story about a girl who loves to make people laugh, and she goes together with her friend to a clown show, but one of the clowns get a cold and the other clown needs another one to keep the show on. Yeah, so the show must go on, folks. You know. The next episode is Christmas. Christmas, oh my god, this was my favourite episode of the Songs of the Week. I know it was only Christmas themed. It wasn't really sort of party concept themed, But this was still my favorite episode this longest week. I'm not gonna lie. I actually really loved this episode a lot. And I don't know what my favorite party concept episode would be, but I'll tell you later on. But this is absolutely my favorite episode because all of these segments were not only added this episode, but also in It's Hi-5 Christmas, and I did love that a lot. But they shoveled the segments around. Just it's the difference from the DVD, and then they show a rare concert. So that's why the DVD is so expensive online to buy, and that's really annoying to pay a price for that. But you do get a rare concert, so that's why it's expensive. Uh, anyway, so the next episode is Christmas. So Nathan wraps the Christmas presents with a variety of paper and boxes of different sizes. Charlie decorates the Christmas tree. So apparently, in the Jingle Jangle Jingle album is their second Hi-5 Christmas album. It's not It's a Hi-5 Christmas, which I don't know why the adaptation was so different because they'd done the album of Series 3, which I wasn't happy about that. And then they had to make the DVD for Series 4 into Series 5. Like, that was way too late. I don't know. But when they done the CD for It's a Hi-5 Christmas, that was too much. That was way too back and early. But with Charlie, she sings "Decorate the Tree" from this song late in the Jingle Jangle Jingle album. Yeah, I really liked that. Really cute. But they all sing also in the story, so they sing that as well. Sharing stories, they also sing it too. Oh, I want to show you a trivia after. I want to tell you a trivia after this, but I'll tell you all the segments first. Yeah, so Nathan wraps the Christmas presents with a variety of paper boxes of different sizes. Charlie decorates a Christmas tree. Kathleen builds a summer snowman using sand instead of snow. Charlie unpacks her summer items for a holiday at the beach. Kelly makes Christmas truffles for chats. Oh, yum, delicious. Oh, I'm jealous. Envious. Then Charlie sets the table for Christmas dinner. Tim writes a Christmas song with the help from the rest of Hi-5. Charlie writes a letter to Santa Claus. Kelly tells us a story about a Christmas tree who lives by the beach, but at Christmas time he feels alone until a family have a picnic by his side and a breeze takes him to the sea. That is really cute. Oh, and there was a little Easter egg in Nathan's segment in this Christmas episode. So during Nathan's segment, a poster of Magical Treasures is shown aside. Oh my god. Why would they put that out of nowhere? That is so cool. That is actually a rare footage right now. Oh my god, this was probably my favorite thing ever. Yes. We want more. First of all, the Hi-5 magazines. Now it's Magical Treasures poster off to the side of the camera in the episode. That is crazy. Sorry about my chair. I'm just like so excited right now because you never get to find any archive like that. Not only archives, but Easter eggs also where they put hints along in the background. I love that. Yeah, I loved that episode a lot, so much. Then the last episode of the Songs of the Week is Funny Festivals. And this is actually quite gets funny because everything was about cows. I was about to say clowns. Cows. So Kelly and Chad get ready for the Bug Festival. Charlie has got crazy hair for the crazy dance competition. Then Kathleen sells animal costumes for animals. So that was also in Commodore Party, which I love that. That's where I'm getting a fever memory of that now. Then Charlie's fingers dress up for a show. Tim and Nathan get a cow costume for a dancing cow festival. Charlie pretends to be a cow that wants to dance and groove. Yeah, I read them all, yeah. Then Nathan, Tim, and Kelly have a go on the Festival of the Feet. Oh my god, that's funny. Well, I mean, speaking of Festival of the Foot or Feet, Kelly does invent a story in Series 9, which that I'll be talking about in way different parts later on. That's still not even until like last of Series 9, I think. Yeah. I don't forget what episode, I have to see. So yeah, Nathan, Tim, and Kelly have a go on the Festival of the Feet. Charlie gets her feet for a workout. Charlie exercises, gets her feet for a workout. Charlie gets her feet for a workout. I don't know who wrote this on the wiki fan because I feel like that doesn't make any sense. You can't get your feet. Charlie exercises her feet for a workout. Then Nathan tells us a story about a boy who gets tired but he can't sleep because the girls next door have a clanging and banging festival. Yeah, I get that a lot as well. We all get that a lot. That is really Like, it's not good. Like, I don't know. The cow from Tim Singing was reused for growing up. So that was series 8 songs. But yeah, that's cute. Which we'll also get into later on. Yeah, this sharing stories was very chaotic, to be honest, until the very end. But, what can you do? That's what happens. So the reason why I put in S tier, which is these were one of the best hits that they've probably done in Series 5. I'm actually telling you now that that was probably their best one yet, and it's a really good start of really really great start, very great start of Series 5. So not only my favorite episode was Christmas, but I don't know what my favorite party concept episode was. But that's like a Christmas themed celebration episode. But I don't know what my favorite other one would be. I would say I don't know actually what my favorite would be. My favorite was probably the family celebrations one, the first one. That one was cute one as well. But otherwise, I love them all so much in particular. So that's the reason why I put in S tier because it gave me a lot of party themes and episodes engaging with that theme. Um, and the execution was really good. So that's why I put it there. Okay, boys and girls, now let's go up to the next High-5 I keep saying that. High-5 songs of the weeks next is Family. Well, that is so cute. I don't know where to put it now. Oh. Oh. You know what? I'm going to put it in A tier. I don't know why. I was about to put in S, but then there's some things that kind of disappoint me, but I'll tell you why. But I still put in A tier, which is still one of the best episodes. So, yeah, so Give 5 is next, which Kathleen sang her segment in the first episode way too early, but, that's what happens when they do some stuff, So the first episode of the Songs of the Weeks is Memories. So Kathleen shows us all the things she used to use when she was a baby. Charlie pretends to be a baby that grows up. Nathan looks at pictures of his family and he tries to look like them at a time. Oh, I love that. That must be so funny. And Charlie wears a dress that a woman used to wear a long time ago. Charlie wears a dress that women used to wear a long time ago. Okay, yeah, that's funny. That's a really funny segment. And Tim tells us about his grandpa's musical group, Hi-3, and his father's musical group, Hi-4, too. Why do I find this so funny? It's just like, it's so cringy, but it's funny. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Then Charlie and Nathan dance rock and roll together like Grandma and Grandpa used to. And I love that segment also. I liked the dynamic from those two, so that's why I really liked it. Then Kelly's grandpa is going to visit her, but she can't remember his face. Yeah, I felt like these were one of the emotional, like, segments Kelly had. Like, I don't know, they argued a lot more in this season because of, like, some wish boot. I don't know, but we'll get into that later on. And it spreads drama, like, that's crazy. But I know this is like a kid's show, but still, gotta need drama lives too, laughter. Then after Kelly sings, so Charlie sings about her grandpa's garden. Um, mm. Then Kelly tells us a story about two children that build a billy cart or billy car, that build a billy cart with a little help from their dog, and their mother gives them a plane toy that makes the car fly up high. Wow, that is a really creative, inventive story ever. That is so inventiveness, like I absolutely love. And I think this was also added in Hive of Holiday, I think. Yeah, I think this was Hive of Holiday. Yeah. Oh, and this sharing stories that I just talked about was meant to be in episode 10. Why are they mixing up the sharing stories for? That ruins the whole entire episode, and episode 10 as well. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like how they mixed that up. Yeah, so I liked the episode. I really liked the episode too. So then the next Hot episode is called Love. It's just called Love. Speaking of love, I actually really love this episode. I really do. So Kathleen has got a twin on a doll, and they become triplets with the tall picture. Charlie's got triplets, Kathleen and Kelly, and they copy her. Nathan builds a Hi-5 family tower. Now I loved this segment. I loved that segment. I really did. Um, I loved how Kathleen and Tim were kind of going next to each other, and then like they're kind of hugging next to each other, and then Nathan was playing with Charlie and Kelly's faces, rubbing Kelly's head and touching Charlie's cheeks. That was like it was so cute because their personalities and the dynamic, which I love that so much, was the reason why we got this Hi-5 franchise though. But I do miss that Series 1 energy, but I love this as well. Absolutely. And it takes me back there. So that's why. Then Charlie shows her family's hats and what they're going to do while wearing those hats. Then Tim and Nathan find instruments, brothers and sisters, so they're like kind of find a pair, sort of big and small instruments, sort of. Then Charlie counts her fingers. Kelly and Chats pretend to be secret sisters and they keep secrets. Oh wow, lots of secrets. Very secret if you ask me. Then Charlie makes a secret code to talk to us. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a boy that dresses up like Captain Wonder. Here we go again, Captain Wonder, folks. Remake, wow. And also this was added in Hi-5 Favorites, but it's a shame Series 4 also didn't get to be in it, but at least it was in Let's Celebrate TV, so I'll give it that. But yeah, I love the Series 5 version as well. Like, I don't know, it also, this version of Captain One was added in Hi-5 Favorites. Yeah, so by the way, so Kathleen tells us a story about a boy that dressed up like Captain Wonder. His friend is also Captain Wonder too, calls him to save the world from a green-eyed monster, which actually was their mother, was relaxing with cucumbered eyes. And it wasn't what you call a green-eyed monster. It wasn't. Which is his mother having a beauty treatment. Yeah, that's it. I forgot to read that there. Yeah, that's interesting. And why was Charlie absent in the story? I didn't like that. They could have gave her a character, but instead they just left her out. I didn't like that. Anyway, I still loved Captain Wonder though. Okay, so the next Hot episode of the Songs Week is Pets. Just called Pets again. The Calling Chats talk about the caterpillar metamorphosis. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got it now. Metamorphosis. Charlie pretends to be a frog egg, turning into a tadpole, and then turning into a frog. So, then turning into a frog. Tim actually did the same thing in Series 4, but I forgot what Songs of the Week that was now. But it was definitely Series 4. So, and then Charlie did that this time. Something like that after his segment as well? I think she did. I don't know. Then Kathleen makes a picture of a little pig. Charlie makes a place for Kathleen's pig. Oh, really cute. Tim plays his guitar by his cat. Kelly was a cat, obviously. Like seriously, she had to be the cat. Doesn't let him play at all. I mean, she wanted to have that music, or should I say meowsic? Oh my god, I'm funny. Yeah, so Tim plays his guitar, but his cat doesn't let him play at all. Charlie pretends to be a cat making meowsic. See, I called it! I called it! Oh my god. Then Nathan tries to decide his ideal pet. I mean, and Charlie pretends to be a clever puppy doing some tricks. Nathan tells us a story about a girl who gets disappointed when her dog doesn't seem to understand her. So Charlie dreams about a land where she is the pet and her owners are a family of dogs. Yeah, well, she's got to understand what an animal knows, because that's their language. Their body, like, language, like, woof woof, that's it, But if you want to know they're happy, they'll be jumping up, and if you tell them to sit, they'll relax. So that's how you'll know. That's how you'll know. Yeah, this was a very cute story, cute friendship story as well. The next episode is Washing Day. Oh my god, I absolutely loved this episode. I just absolutely loved this episode. Probably the love episode was my favorite, and this episode, Washing Day. I loved the friendship so much. I'll tell you now. Callie and Chats look for what they're going to keep and what they're going to throw out. Charlie remembers what she used to do with her old hula hoop. Kathleen makes a gingerbread family, but Job wants her to make an elephant gingerbread family. Are you kidding me? No, let her make whatever the frick she wants. I'm sorry, but that's freaking like annoying. That's freaking annoying. Let's just make whatever the frick she wants, Like, That's really shit. Oh, bugger. I'm sorry to say that, but bugger. Then Charlie pretends to be a gingerbread man and says what she can do and what she can't. Oh, okay, I'm a bit confused here. Charlie pretends to be gingerbread man and says what she can do and what she can't do. Obviously, yeah. Then Tim, Kathleen, and Kelly are going to tidy up their own spaces, but they swap their jobs. So, I want to tell you what happened in Tim's segment. So apparently they try and go into their own. They switch themselves, swap them to go to different of their own spaces, their segment spaces. So where did they go first? So for example, Kelly goes to Tim's space first, I think. Then Tim goes to Kathleen's space first, and wait, what? Oh no, then Kathleen I think goes to Kelly's place. I think it was like that. And then they went again. Uh, Tim went in her space, Kelly's space. Kathleen was in Tim's space, I think. And then Kelly was in her space, Kathleen's space. So, and then they switched them back again because they felt like it wasn't right. Which I really loved that segment. I don't know, I really did. Then Charlie throws balls of scrap paper into the bin. Papers here, papers. And Tim and Nathan fold the clothes. Charlie sorts and matches the socks. Tim tells us a story about a kitchen where a dishwashing brush, a sponge, and a washing up liquid, we could say detergent as well, try to be the best until a dirty fry pan asks them to be washed. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I love that. Then the last episode of the Songs of the Week is Working Together. Wow, Working Together. Nathan, Kelly, Tim, and Kathleen make a domino chain reaction, and I absolutely loved this episode as well. I don't know, I really did. Then Charlie and the Hi-5 band pretend to be dominoes, making a chain reaction. Yeah. Then Kelly chats to make a birthday rhyming song for Kelly's cousin. Cute. Then Charlie shows a card for anyone sick. Tim makes a new instrument out of junk, which was really weird, but I'll take it. It's fine. It's really funny. Then Charlie does new moves with her body. Kathleen runs her animal daycare and Drop swaps the numbers of babies' cots. Why would you do that? Why? Then Charlie feeds baby Tim and baby Nathan. Obviously, again, why are we making baby Nathan again? At least it was in a segment. It wasn't like in the story again. Sorry, guys. Pardon me. Excuse me. Then Charlie tells us a story about a mouse who makes a cheese treat for her grandma while she's sleeping, but her brothers eat most of the cheese she was going to use. Yeah, nah. For example, when I try to get my favorite snack, chips and salsa, then someone else is going to eat it. And then I can't get it after. Or if I get a favorite iced tea drink, then someone's going to just drink it all. Huh? That's upsetting. That's an example. I hate that so much. And I felt bad for Kathleen's little character and the mouse in this episode. And it's like, oh, you know, and I felt bad, like, and even there, like, the mouses, Tim and Nathan, the mouse brothers, they were, like, appalled. Kathleen was, like, confused, the sister mouse, you know, and then Kelly, the grandma mouse, was obviously loving blue cheese. Ugh, I don't like the sound of that, but if she loves it, she loves it. Good for them. Yeah, so the reason why I put it in A tier was because this Songs of the Week was a little bit going around circles and feeling a bit chaotic. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying in a rude way, I'm saying it like it's in a crazy way. I felt like everything was also too forced, I would say, with the Songs of the Week. And there were actually some themes that weren't really focusing on family. Like, for example, when we got, like, pets, I felt like they should have focused on another, like, better friendship a little bit, but I did like the story, however. And then memories, it wasn't really doing much for me, to be honest. But my favorite episode was Love and Washing Day were my favorites. I liked Working Together as well, but I love them all in particular otherwise. Yeah, but I wouldn't really put in ST, I don't know, because I just didn't really have feelings that much, and nothing, I felt like everything was basic, and I felt like there were some things that were making it basics, and everything was chaotic, you know. So that's the reason why I put it in A. But otherwise, A tier is still good enough for Give 5 family. So yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna talk about the last, not the last, songs of the week. So the next 5 of songs of the weeks, is building. So build it up. Wow. Okay. Um. Yeah. I don't know if I actually really liked this song this week. Actually, I don't know if I should put it in A or in B because I felt like there were a lot of stuff about building, but I felt like there were some things that weren't really giving a theme. To be honest, like I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Like in Gear 5 or so. That's cute. I guess the first episode of the songs of the week is Machines. So Gadget Guy shows us Nathan was the gadget guy. Nathan, the gadget guy, shows us his gadgets and rescues a kitten from the top of a tree. Charlie pretends to be in Bounce Land, and we absolutely also got that in Come On Party. That's funny. Then Callan Chats types some words on a picture magic machine, and then it prints pictures about those words. Yeah, I love that segment as well. Then Charlie prints her handprints and footprints too, and she was funny here as well, and in series. Then time. Then scientist team invents a miraculous. So what you're thinking? Mechanical musician, and he can play it in Andante. Is that how you pronounce it? Andante, moderato, and allegro. So Andante is slow, moderato is normal, and allegro is fast. So in a slow, normal, fast way. Yeah, there's just a lot happening. So also, again, he's saying this song late, but he did still sing it a lot more early up to series 4 of this early adaptation, but at least he's still saying it again to give it more compromise. So once again, it was in Hi-5 Holiday album. And also, Hi-5 Holiday did another album, which was a bonus deluxe. It was the Hi-5 Holiday re-album, but it was the, this edition. Here in C edition. And it comes with 2 extra songs, which they were from Series 6, by the way, so that's why they got delayed and moved to Series 6, which was pretty interesting. I don't know why they did that, but I don't even know why they would put bonus videos, which they really should have made more DVDs about songs, weeks, and other segments. Bit disappointed about that, but at least they had to shove it in, you know, here. Yeah, but I don't know why they would only make a DVD just on from a CD platform. If you know what I mean, like I don't know. They put Hyperbase to Outer Space. They put Snakes and Ladders. They put which won't be late until Series 6. How Much I Love You. I think it was that, and I Believe in Magic. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So the music videos of the 4 songs of the weeks were shown before the 6th series premiered, so that was moved to Series 6. But apparently those songs were removed and deleted, which was a bit unfortunate, but luckily they stayed for Series 6. And if it wasn't for Series 6, they were only going to do 9 seasons, and I didn't like that. Because Series 6, which I'll talk about after this season, apparently, yeah, Series 6, it's not even worth talking about because they're just repeatable segments. They haven't done anything new, and that's where I get so disappointed at. Because I think they went on tour at that time, and the USA cast came over here into Australia, and then I think the half of original Australian cast went into the UK. So I think that's why they didn't do anything new. But yeah, you can't just edit episodes like that. You have to leave everything how it is. But at least we still got new animations of Kelly's intros and songs of the weeks to kind of help and promote that, you know. Because if it wasn't for that, it would be cancelled. They would only have 5 seasons, and I wouldn't really like that. So 10 seasons of originals is good enough for me too. Anyway, yeah. So Mad Music Scientist, yeah, that was also in the album. So scientist Tim invents a miraculous mechanical musician, and he can play it in an andante, moderato, and allegro. Moderato and allegro. Yeah. Then Charlie dances in an andante, moderato, and allegro way also. Then Kathleen wants to make a racing car, but Drop makes it impossible. Charlie moves her arms and hands to pretend windscreen wipers, headlights, and indicators. Then Charlie tells us a story about a toy factory where 3 robots work. Suddenly, they want to visit the beach, and they go selling ice cream there. Kelly is their first customer. Cute. Very, very cute. The next episode is dwellings. Dwellings are like just buildings, basically, so that's what it means. Yeah, no trivia, that's okay. So then, yeah, so Kelly builds a disco room for chats. Charlie draws a house. Nathan builds a dog house for Kelly's new dog. That is so cute. And I think that's actually Kelly's dog, Cassie. I think that's her dog's name. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, because I have a merchandise book somewhere, the Funky Fun book, in the thing. I don't know. Yeah, that was so cute. I loved that segment. Then Charlie measures her space. Charlie measures her space, but but using her feet instead of a measuring tape. Then she measures her arms using her hand, and finally she measures her nose using her pinky. That is a lot of description. That is a lot of info. Like, we didn't need that, but I get it, yeah. Then Tim, Kathleen, and Nathan and Kelly build a music house together. I like that dwelling part as well. Then Charlie sings Give It a Go. Oh my god, is that a filler? Oh no, that's not a filler. That's actually she's saying that. Okay, sorry about that. I thought that was another filler. I don't want any more fillers, please. Yeah, so Charlie actually does sing, Charlie sings Give It a Go from Series 4. Which I love that. Really cute. Then Kathleen builds a sandcastle for a dragon family. Charlie builds a bucket castle. Tim tells us a story about a buzzer family. Everybody loves bouncing, but Kathleen loves reading, and she shows them how fun it can be reading. How fun reading can be, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Then the next episode is Tools, and it's really basic title, but I get what they're trying to do with the songs of the week because it is about building. So, yeah, I liked how they call it Tools. Just Tools. So Kathleen sorts her building tools, but Drop swaps them for cooking tools. What? Why does Drop always has to be such a trickster? I get that that's his character, but why? That's just ruining what she has to do. I don't like that. Not only do we have to problem solve this segment, but also change what we're doing. Don't change the subject. Like, I don't know. It's Drop's fault for changing that subject. You get back there, mister. Then Charlie packs her tools on her outfit. Nathan works on the road fixing a broken pipe. And this was also in Come On and Party, which I didn't notice that as well. I did recognize that just now. And it was really cool. Then Charlie rides her scooter around the space. She does sing zigzagging song. I don't know why it doesn't make a highlight. I don't know why it's not freaking. It's not freaking blue highlighted. How come? Because she sings a zigzagging song from Series 4 in the Celebrate album. But the difference is everyone else sings in the album. She doesn't. And I don't like the adaptation again. But, whatever. Yeah, so she did have fun riding that scooter. Then Tim gets a new drum kit, but without drumsticks. So he finds out he doesn't need any tool to make music. Yeah, you don't need any tool. You can just make music with your hand. You can even make music with a mouse. A mouth. Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Then Charlie finds music in her bones. Kelly tests a spade to fill a bucket with sand. Then Charlie digs a hole in the ground to build a tall building. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a man who loves his tools and he tidies them up every day. But the next morning, everything is always messy around until he finds some gnomes building a house. Wow, you have got to be kidding. But I love that surprising entrance. Anyway, then next episode of the Songs of the Week is Long Ago. Long ago, it's like ancient stuff, So Nathan pretends to be a Viking building a pen. Charlie pretends to climb a spiral staircase. Kelly and Chats pretend to be from ancient Rome, and they make a sun clock. Charlie makes a fan. Tim rings different kinds of bells. Charlie moves to different bell beats. Kathleen does an ancient Egypt dance, but Jop Jop changes the order of the dance steps. Oh my god. It's such a trickster again. Then Charlie does ancient Egypt moves. Then Nathan tells us a story about a boy who likes dressing up as a knight. He waits for his friends, along with his mother, because they will be a night sleepover. They will be having a night sleepover. Yeah, that is really cute. That's really cute. Yeah, I liked this episode. It was interesting, but I felt like this episode was really kind of basic for me. And I didn't know where it was going. It was quite boring. Like, I don't want to say that it's like boring now, but you know, it is what it is. I can tell it's like it was that sort of theme that they were going for, but it wasn't giving me any building up theme. So then the last episode of the Songs of the Week is Gardens. I wouldn't really describe it as a title of just gardens because I don't get the concept, but okay. I guess it is still building a garden though. Building gardens. So Kathleen makes a rocks and plants pattern. Then Charlie pretends to be a flower. So does she sing the Grow song again? Yes, she does. I knew it. Oh, yeah. She does too. But I thought she looked like corn for a second. I thought she looked like corn for a second, but it was just a sunflower. Not a sunflower, just a yellow flower. I don't know. Then Nathan does some gardening. He cuts off the trees making shapes. Apparently Tim was getting tired of doing all of that, and Nathan can't even notice. How dare you guys? Then Charlie pretends to be different kinds of trees. Tim makes a bird scarer to keep the eating seed birds away. Charlie and the Hi-5 band pretend to be birds. Kelly makes a hot house for Chats. What? Wait, what is a hot house? Because I don't know why they don't tell you what a hot house is. A hot house. Oh my god, wait, sorry guys, hang on, give me a second. Hot house meaning, sorry, I can't even type this properly. So a hot house is a heated greenhouse in which plants that need protection from cold weather are grown. And I love that. It's gives you a dictionary as well, which is really, really good. Absolutely, yeah. So Kelly makes a hot house for Chats. Charlie moves in a different way according to the weather. Kelly tells us a story about three monkeys who have fun before the water of the river rises up, and then they will get home. But they don't pay attention to time, and their mother arrives because time is over. Well, that's a bit of a shame, because they let go of the vine, and it went by itself. That's what happens when they get monkey business. Oh my god, I'm funny. I'm so funny. I'm funny. I'm so funny. So yeah, by the way, the reason why I put in 80, I wouldn't really put it all the way up, was because I felt like the segments, they were really quite basic, and I felt like I didn't know where it was going, to be honest. And also, to be honest, the concepts, they were different, long ago in Gardens. I wouldn't really, if it was me, I wouldn't really try and make a concept. They can try and fit a building somewhere else, maybe. Try to think about a building titles. But otherwise, yeah. If there's nothing else they can think of, that's fine. But I would have thought something else. But yeah. My favorite episode of the Songs of the Week was probably... I don't know what my favorite episode actually was. I liked the Dwellings episode and the Machines. So the Machines and the Dwellings episode. But otherwise, I like them all. I really do. I really love them all. I like them all. So yeah, the reason why I just left it up to A tier, which is still pretty good, but it's not as great putting in S tier, because I felt like the concept was a bit, I don't want to say that they're boring and then just basic, you know, you didn't know where it was going, and then you had to kind of try and understand. But otherwise, it is a building concept. So yeah, I'll give it that. Otherwise, it's good. Yeah. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back again. Sorry, I had to stop that recording a little bit there. Just took a break. Let's start finishing talking about the series 5. Well, for now, we won't be able to finish all of it, but because it is going to be so big, it's like a video as well. But yeah. So as I was finished talking about the last songs, we just from build it up, building. Yes, I just left an A tier. It was still good. So let's go up to the next Hi-5 songs of the weeks now. Um, it is Our World. Well, the theme is World. Well, I don't know, actually. Wait, sorry. Oh no, my thing froze. Hang on a second, guys. Sorry, wait. No. Sorry, my thing just froze. You know what, to be honest, I'm gonna leave it in B tier. Because I felt like there were some things that should have been better, but they were still alright. They were still good, But I'll tell you why. Yeah. So the first Hi-5 episode of this Songs of the Week is different kinds of water. That's really cute. So Kathleen watches how the water fits in different containers. Charlie hears the sound of water. Charlie hears the sound of water as she pours it from a jug to a glass. Then Nathan learns about ice and he dresses up as an iceberg. Then Charlie pretends to be a snowman and then she melts down. Tim makes a surprise song of water flutes for his friends. Charlie does exercise standing high, middle, and low. Kelly and Chats make sign for Chats's pool rules. Ooh, that's a new one. That's different. Then Charlie pretends to be a ducking down duck. Why did they make that so hilarious? It's crazy. I don't know. Then Charlie tells us a story about 3 penguins that meet a scientist. Excuse me. Sorry guys, I just burped. Let me read that again. So then, Charlie tells us a story about 3 penguins that meet a scientist who looks for the extra special all-white penguin, and they roll in snow to become all white, and they actually cheat from being actually white rare penguins, which they weren't. They were just black and white ordinary black and white penguins. But even black and white talking penguins are much better than just that. Okay, I absolutely liked this episode too. I really did. I love this. I love that. Then the next episode is different kinds of land. I also don't really like how the execution is just a bit boring and basic. Like how the titles, they're not being creativity. So that's the reason why I put it in B also. And they just don't feel like the execution, it's really good enough for them. So that's why. But I'll tell you more why later on. Left it in B tier. Because otherwise I still really liked the song, their costumes, everything. But the whole Songs of the Week and the execution was just very basic. Like, I don't know. But let's go up to the next episode, different kinds of land. So Nathan pretends to be in a Mexican desert. Charlie does the Mexican hat dance. Kathleen makes sand patterns. Charlie makes patterns in the air. Tim finds a way to make music stomping on different kinds of ground. Charlie's feet can't stop moving. Kelly has explored the Sahara. Charlie has explored the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert and teaches Chats some Arabic words. That's interesting. Wow, like it. Then Charlie pretends to be a camel. Then Nathan tells us a story about a farmer who loves his life. The rooster wakes him up every day and he always milks the cow. But one day he plucks a mushroom where an elf lives. So she gets angry and turns the day into night whenever she wants. Oh wow. I never would have thought you can turn day into night. It doesn't make sense for a story like that, but it is a story as a little fairy tale, but I'll take it, it's fine. It was still cute. Then the next episode, hopefully episode of the Songs Week is Food. Again, it's just basic. It's just called Food, but it is still different to what the last episode titles they were based on. So the next one's called Food. Kelly the monkey takes away Nathan's banana and he tries to open a coconut. Charlie tries to open a container. Kelly and Chad go shopping, but they forget the list of food. Uh-oh. And I also loved how this was including Come On and Party also. Everything's Come On and Party. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing that they forgot the list. I felt like it was better they should have got the list and then they would forget it in the shop somewhere rather than just leave it already in their space. And I just find that I didn't know where it was going from their segment, but otherwise, I don't want to take this away from that. I still really enjoyed it. Then Charlie explains to us how to make fairy bread, and however the fairy bread segment is in the holiday album, the Hi-5 holiday album. I'm very happy about that. Again, Charlie, she just sings it. The same adaptation's really good, the same concept, they just focused on her. Lovely, nice. Then Kathleen is going to make a special dinner from a place in the world, and Tim is going to play music from that place. Oh, I thought it was Kathleen's segment for it's Tim's segment. Okay. Yeah, that was wonderful. And Charlie and the Hyper Band pretend to be spaghetti. Why did they all have to be in the segment when only Charlie would have just been better done it? I felt like it was a bit unnecessary just for all of them to be spaghetti for one basic concept. Like, are you kidding me? And when it has to be something like Captain Wonder or something that I was wanting, you didn't give me that. You didn't give everybody else that. That's pathetic. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Otherwise, I still really liked this segment, but that is pathetic when you're comparing to that. I'm sorry. That is wrong. I'm sorry. Then Kathleen makes Italian pizza. Charlie pretends to be a pizza dough. Kelly tells the story about a boy who loves spaghetti and he doesn't eat anything else. His parents and his dog tried to make him eat something different. Yeah, I also didn't really like these sharing stories as much as I would hope to be honest, because they just want him to make eating the same thing. They wouldn't change. Uh, they tried giving him the same food, but it was just their responsibility to try and change him what he would love. But they didn't want to like upset him. I was assuming, but nah, that's not good. How you can make the character. That's not good. Nah, that's not good. How you can make a character loving the same food all the time, and that's freaking boring. That is so freaking boring. I don't like that. Anyway, I still liked this episode in particular, but not like in general. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why they did that as a concept. Because if it was me, I wouldn't make a character love the same food. Anyway, by the way, I still liked it. It's fine. Could have been better, but I still liked it. Then the next episode is Earth Treasures. Ooh, Earth Treasures. So Kathleen digs underground and searches for dinosaur bones. Charlie crosses a tunnel that gets lower. Nathan shows different kinds of rocks he found around the world. Charlie rocks her teddy bear and then she rocks and rolls. Chats looks for underground treasures and Kelly makes a necklace for them. Wow, that's interesting. Then Charlie prunes a rose bush. Then Tim does prospecting to find gold. Charlie pretends to be a pirate, so however she does seem buried treasure from series 3, which I felt like they should have done better in that song's lead, but I still like it. But I left it in C tier because I felt like they went that creativity and they kept using the same thing over and over and over. So that's why I left it there. Like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so then after that, Charlie pretends to be a pirate. Then Tim tells a story about a girl who visits the museum along with her sister. Charlie doesn't like dinosaurs, but Kathleen does. Yeah, until the dinosaurs of the museum come alive. And the funny thing was that the girl didn't like dinosaurs actually got to really have that special moment. Instead of the girl who loved dinosaurs didn't get to have that moment. And that is a shame. I don't like it. I don't like how that concept, that execution was. I didn't like the execution. I didn't like how they would just give it to somebody else instead of they like dinosaurs. But then it's also not fair. Beggars can't be choosers. But I didn't like how the execution was made. I did not like it's passable. It is passable, but it's also questionable. I don't like how you get a different result that you didn't expect. Anyway, I still like the sharing stories, but it just wasn't going where I was hoping. I don't know. Then hopefully next time they try and do something better like that. But no, they didn't. They didn't. Then last episode of the Songs of the Week is People and Animals. Yeah, but that's more like I like this. So Nathan shears the sheep, and also his songlet was in the album, Hi-5 Holiday album. Oops, sorry guys, the camera. Shearing Day, and I love that Shearing Day. Then Charlie pretends to round up the sheep. Then Chats shows Kelly half of animal postcards, and they mix them to make funny animals. And however, they do sing the Dingle Dong songlet. Why do I feel like this segment was so funny and silly? This was way too silly. Like, I don't know. Have you ever seen a dingle dong that lives in a middle zone? And a purple moose and spotted goose that likes to play ping pong. All the world you see is a very big place. The creatures strange and rare. The beaver cat, the moony bat, the tickly seal, the prickly eel, the toothless frog, and the hairless dog. You'll find them only if you dare. I feel like this song was so silly. I don't even know why they included it in the album, but I still find it funny. But I don't know why only Kelly sang it in the album rather than also with Chats. But a bit disappointed about that little adaptation there, that little concept there. But that's fine. At least we still got a very, not the same concept, I'll say, a very similar concept. Very, very similar. There's a difference there. Then Charlie pretends to be a rhinoceros frog, and a snake dial. What the frick? What the freak is that? Why is it so freaking funny? No, that's even more silly now. That Charlie made it even more silly after that. Oh my god, nah, that's too funny. I can't. Then Tim camps in a South American rainforest and listens to bird sounds. Then Charlie pretends to be a magpie. Kathleen looks for the perfect place for her toys to live. Then Charlie's cold and she finds how to get warm. Yeah, it's sort of as she's saying in series 4. Then Kelly tells us a story about a man and his pets, the cat, a dog, and a bird. They're always muddled until Tim's sister is going to visit him and then try to stop muddling. So they keep getting muddled and it's just a messy story, to be honest. I really don't know why. I get that it was people and animals. It wasn't because of that. I just didn't like how silly this episode could get. That is crazy. This should have just been called Silly Days again instead of People and Animals. Why didn't they do that? Anyway, this is the 200th episode of the original series. Wow. So when we got series 3, now series 5. Wow, that's freaking crazy. Wow. My god. And when we get to series 8, it's a special 300th episode. They had a special cake, which I'll have to show you later on as well. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, anyway, this was the 200th Hi-5 episode in the series of series 5, season 5, episode 20, which was very interesting when we got the other one, this one. It's crazy. Yeah, I just didn't really like how this execution was going. I didn't like how the plot was going from this theme, the Songs of the Week. I felt like everything was not only chaotic, but everything didn't make sense where it was going. Everything was silly, and it wasn't actually the theme I was hoping for. I kind of really liked the different kinds of water episode, and it made me real thirsty there. I really liked that episode. Yeah, but that's where they started again not to be creative, and they weren't creative also in this week. So that's the reason why I put it in B tier. Okay, but otherwise I still liked it. It's okay. Yeah. Hey, boys and girls, I just had to pause there again. I just had problems with the files. So these were the 3 songs of the week. I don't know why this person didn't add them because they were. I assume they were just like remakes. Maybe that's why they thought they didn't want to put them. But yeah. Anyway, wait, why is my thing? Oops, sorry. Gosh. Sorry about that, guys. I just had some problems moving some stuff. These pictures. Okay, so the next Hi-5 songs of the week. Sorry about the files that they went here. So yeah, the next Hi-5 songs of the week again. It's LAV Love. So it's a remake off of Series 1 Love, but this is the Series 5 version. So yeah, I don't know why they've just done remakes, but I love this version too. So yeah, obviously I'm gonna put it in S tier. Absolutely. Yay. So yeah, this is where it gets so exciting because I absolutely also loved this songs of the week. I really did. Absolutely. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so let's get talking about it. So the first episode of the songs of the week is I Love to Be. So I really liked how they did the same thing when they done with Series 1, but I also would have preferred some different titles a little bit, if you know what I mean. But that's okay. At least we're still getting our favorite overrated songs of the week, which I love. So the first episode of the songs of the week is I Love to Be. So Nathan pretends to be Neptune, the underwater king. Charlie packs her beach stuff. Kathleen sorts her clothes. Charlie pretends to be a plane writing a message in the sky. Tim imagines being a conductor of an orchestra, while Nathan wants to be a rock and roll star. Kelly, so Nathan wanted to be a rock and roll star. Kelly, a country and western yodeling queen. And Kathleen, an opera singer. So Kathleen was the opera singer, Nathan was the rock and roll star, and Kelly was the country western yodeling queen. Lots of description. I don't need a lot, but yeah, like I don't know. Then anyway, then after Tim's segment, we got Charlie pretends to be a choreographer, and Tim follows her, which was so funny, and he didn't exactly copy her, but it was so funny, so funny. Then Kelly acts in a play, and Chats helps her. Charlie pretends to be a spinning spaceship. Then Kelly tells the story about a boy who wants to be the boss of his house, like his mother, so his dreams. He is her mother, and he has to look after his brother and sister. Yeah, well, you don't want to be dreaming that if you don't like it, so please don't do that. Because the concept is not only confusing, but also you don't know where it's going, once again. So please keep it back into what happened in Series 1, okay? Just saying. Oh yeah, Charlie first segment in this episode was filmed along with Hot of Series 5 Episode 1. Why? Why are they changing filmed when it was filmed in the episode when it wasn't even... Okay, never mind. Anyway, then the next episode of the Songs of the Week is Favorite Things, which again I felt like they would have made a different title, and again it's like copying what they done, but that's okay, let's go with it anyway. So Favorite Things again. So Kathleen gives her feet, so Kathleen gives her feet a bath, Kathleen gives her feet a bath, but Jock takes her soap and he blows bubbles into the water bath. Then Charlie's hands have a bath. Then Kelly helps Chats to fill her K collection, so the letter K collection. Then Charlie uses sign language to say words that start with K. With Kurt, then Tim shows us his favourite guitars and gives Kathleen some guitar lessons. And I loved this friendship in the episode. I absolutely so did. I was like so happy about that. Then Charlie pretends to play the piano and Tim helps her. Yeah, I really liked that friendship as well, I really did. Then Nathan mixes his 2 favourite things, dancing and shapes. Charlie makes different things with their body. Charlie tells the story about a family called the Hurricanes. but Tim has short hair and he tries everything to make it longer. Yeah, and this was also included in the Hi-5 favorites, but I loved this story. No wonder it got added, so because it was so funny. Like, I loved it so much. Yeah, I really liked those two episodes so far. So the next episode is favorite animals. Tim gives singing lessons to a lion, so Nathan was a lion. Charlie pretends to be different animals, and we have to guess them. Kelly and Chats pretend to be ants, and they make an ant language. That is just so silly, because why would you want to just be ants? They don't even talk unless you're very, very close to them. Like, I don't know. Then Charlie makes animal music. Nathan makes a house for a mouse, which it rhymes. I mean, yeah, don't get the reference, but yeah. Then Charlie pretends to be a mouse on a mouse playground. Then Kathleen dresses up like black and white animals. Charlie pretends to be a groovy zebra, like a groovy, zany zebra. Then Nathan tells the story about a rabbit who visits the dentist for the very first time, and another rabbit helps her to feel brave as a tiger. Then they meet a nervous tiger, visiting the dentist for the first time too. Wow. Well, to be honest, I hate going to the dentist, but you have to go. So, yeah. I really liked the friendship in the episode as well. I really liked the dynamic friendship. I really liked, the involvement of the conversation. It was very cute. Of the rabbit and the tiger. It was very cute. Then the next type of episode of the Songs of the Week is I Love to Make. Nathan hangs socks on a clothes rack, but he finds out it looks like a robot. That's different. Then Charlie flaps the socks to dry them off. Kathleen makes a butterfly cake for Charlie. Oh, and I remember this segment when we watched Come On and Party. Yes, absolutely a memory. I loved, and it's delicious. It looks delicious. Then Charlie makes different animals using her hands. Nice. Then Chad sings a song while Kelly acts like a tape recorder and tries to remember the whole song. Yeah, that's very interesting. And then after they sing silly, very silly lyrics. Yeah. Then Charlie makes a dance, and then she tries to remember everything she did. Tim makes a musical kite. Charlie turns her hand into a kite. Then Kathleen tells the story about a girl who makes a remote control that speeds up the time. So when her father asks her to tidy up her bedroom, she can do it very fast. But when her friends are coming for her birthday, the remote control gets out of control and the party goes fast. I felt so sad. It made me didn't feel like want to enjoy it. Why would you do that? And why would you also put it in the Come On and Party DVD? I get that it was the party concept, but I wouldn't add that. I wouldn't really add that. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. Like, that's not good, Like, how dare you even to make a remote control story? And like, I really don't know. That is really upsetting to me. That is actually really upsetting because when the time flies very quick and then you don't enjoy it. Please enjoy your life to the fullest because we need life, okay? That's absolutely like that was just shit. I'm sorry to say that, but that was just shit because it's not good. It's not good yet because the execution was bad, but everything otherwise I liked the story, but I didn't like how it went so fast, and it made me not wanting to enjoy it. I don't know, but it's likely I still really love this Songs of the Week. I don't know. I might actually change my mind soon because I don't know. Then anyway, the last Hot episode of this Songs of the Week is I Love to Go. I Love to Go. So Kathleen goes on a surfing safari, but Chop Chop takes away the waves. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, the surfing safari. She sings the surfing safari song like cute. I wish. Wait, no. What? How come in the wiki fandom it doesn't say that, what? How come it doesn't say that it wasn't included in the holiday album? I know that it's definitely included in the Hi-5 holiday album. I know for a fact. But anyway, never mind. Then Charlie goes surfing. Kelly and Chats imagine a snowy beach island where they go on holiday. So they do sing a special place. But I'm not happy how they switched with Kathleen, but moved on from a bigger adaptation to Series 7 in the Making Music album. Why would you change that? Why would you change that? Like, that's not good. The lyrics are still the same, but the adaptation is different. Please don't change it again, because why would you move it to Series 7 and then this was stuck in Series 5? I don't get it. I really actually don't, because that's not good. And this was also in the Hi-5 Holiday DVD. Then I saw that now also. Then Charlie wants to go bush on her next holiday. Tim remembers an old dusty room full of old stuff. Charlie and Tim practice the waltz. Nathan goes camping to the Grand Canyon and tries to make a donkey come along. Then Tim tells us a story about a hungry tortoise. Tortoise is like a small turtle who gets excited when a possum tells her about a new veggie patch. She walks slowly, so kangaroo and a rabbit help her to find how to get faster. And this is exactly like, all I hear is Winnie the Pooh. All I hear is freaking Winnie the Pooh reference. Why? It's not just because of a rabbit and like a kangaroo, but that's exactly like that. Now, the festivals, A Bug's Life, The Inside Out, all the freaking Disney movies, and now it's Winnie the Pooh. Like, come on. But this is actually giving me Winnie the Pooh references because of the animals that's in it. But even the activities that they're doing in the story, it's exactly like that. Where they go into the 100 water or whatever, like, I don't know. But, yeah, nah, nah. Yeah, anyway, so the Grand Canyon is a steep-sided canyon carved by the Colorado River in Arizona, United States. Wow, that's interesting. Nice. We've got a friend from the Great Girls, who's another girl's name's Arizona, but she's quite busy out for the moment. But yeah. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna change this Songs of the Week because I'm actually so upset now. I was really gonna love this version of the Series 5 Love version, which I still do. I love their costumes in the Songs of the Week as well, and the song is the same. But I didn't like how there was a different adaptation, and the concept was boring and bad. Like, not like bad, like the concept was basic, and I don't want to say that, but it's like boring. I don't want to say that now. It's boring and basic. I thought it was just going to be like what we got in Series 1, because I thought Series 1 was the best, to be honest. And now what we got, see, it's not even called Love. The theme is called Happy. So that's the reason why it was different. But this wasn't giving me any happy vibes. Not any feeling vibes, but it wasn't giving me any love vibes again. It should have gave me like a basically 2.0. But I wasn't happy about that. So that's the reason why I put it in B tier, because it wasn't giving me any vibes what they were to do in Series 1. So I was really going to love this, but now I just don't as much. But at least it's still alright, so I'll leave it in B tier. For the love songs like Happy. Yeah. Now let's go up to the next songs of the week. The next Hot of songs of the week is Magic, which is again a different theme, but from Dream On, but originally based from Series 1, but Series 5 remake this time. And you know what? I'm going to give it an A tier. It is still a little bit chaotic, but you know what? It is still alright. It is a little bit overwhelming, but I'll still give it an A tier because I really liked this version of it as well. So yeah. Before, when they did that, it was Imagine, now it's Magic. So yeah. So the first episode of the Songs of the Week is Magical Animals. Wow, that's interesting. So Nathan, Tim, Kelly dress up like a magical flying dragon. Then Charlie does morning dragon stretches. Then Kelly and Judge try to trap the magic pickle pincher who ate Chatz's pickles. In fact, she ate it. Or was it Charlie? Oh my gosh. Pardon me. No, but no, it was Chats, because she was hungry maybe. So I don't know. Then Charlie tries to pick a pickle from Kelly. Then Tim sings a magical song while he plays the panpipes, and a phoenix, and a dragon appear. Then Charlie weaves a spider web. Then Kathleen goes looking for a stripy spotty fish, sorry. Then Charlie searches for a mermaid. Then Tim tells the story about a pig who wishes to fly. Her piggy friends try to give her flying lessons, but it doesn't work. So a cat with magical powers advises her to make a wish on the moon. And this was the most unusual pig story we got. But yeah, you know, that was the most unusual pig story we got. It's funny. Anyway, then the next episode of the Songs Week is Magic in Nature. So Kathleen makes a magic hat to pull out a rabbit from inside, which was in Space Magic DVD, which I was very happy about that. But I know it wasn't anything new from that specific series, but at least they still tried to promote it in Space Magic, so I was happy about that. And then Charlie finds a rabbit inside a hat. Then Nathan tries some magic color mixing. Then Charlie imagines living in a colorful rainbow, and she does sing "Living in a Rainbow" song from Series 1. Cute. Then Kelly and Chad stare at an eclipse, and they make a wish on it. So this was also in Space Magic. It was a good appearance, nice. An eclipse is actually kind of interesting. Wow. Then Charlie pretends to be a shooting star. Tim makes a thunderstorm symphony, which I know this was chaotic, but I really liked this segment. I really did. I don't know. Then almost everyone was in it. Then Charlie sings about a storm. Nathan tells us a story about a rainbow who is going to appear in the sky, but her colors are faded and drab, which I felt bad. So she goes in search of pixies that paint the sunset, the sea, and the trees. And I loved this concept of the story. I absolutely did. I loved Renee the Rainbow. I think that was her name. Yeah. It was so cute. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna read the trivia, but it's just for Kelly Sigmund. That's a background's different. Her Kelly Sigmund intro. Yeah, the mirror ball behind it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I really liked this episode as well. So the next episode is Magic in Me. I liked the sound of that as well. So Nathan, oh sorry about my camera. So Nathan does a disappearing trick. Charlie makes animal shadows using her hands. Chats collects things to make a wish, and Kelly helps her decide what kind of wish she should make. Then Charlie wishes to be the best swimmer. Then Tim imagines being a racing car driver and a painter. Then Charlie puts on two different hats, and we have to guess which job she is pretending. Then Kathleen sings a storm. Then Kathleen sings about a storm using some pictures, but Drop changes the pictures to make a silly storm, and that is very silly. You get raining cats and dogs, more like raining elephants and throwing pizzas, and like, whoa, that is plenty of loads to get through. Like, sorry to say, but like loads of shit. That's so silly. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Then Charlie tells us about a silly storm where it was raining elephants. Oh my god. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who takes her pet dragon for the first time to school, and he is scared of it. But he's scared to go. But there is another girl who takes her pet dragon there too. Oh, no, that's really cute. This is the first time that Kelly and Chats get cranky to each other. Yeah, that's not good. Like, yeah, this was the first time they get cranky to each other. So that's where they start arguing. During Tim's segment, he paints a picture of Chats as Mona Lisa. What? Oh yeah, it does kind of look like it. Really cute. Yeah, I really liked this episode too. Then this was probably my favorite episode of this Songs of the Week. I know it was so chaotic, but this was probably one of my favorites of this Songs of the Week already. So the magical dress up party. Wow. So it's sort of like a 2.0 basically of the fancy, wonderful fancy dress party, but the magical dress up party. Wow. So everyone gets ready for the magical dress up party. I liked how that's said as well in the wiki fandom. So Tim dresses up as a leprechaun, and another leprechaun challenges him to find the pot of gold. Then Charlie does Irish dancing. Then Kelly and Chats dress up as camouflaging animals, an octopus, and a chameleon. Wow, I really like that as well. Then Charlie hides in different spots. Nathan dresses up as a genie and goes into a genie bottle. Charlie dresses up as a genie too. Drop helps Kathleen to dress up as a magical creature. Then Charlie tells us a story about a magical dress-up party where 6 friends have fun until they decide to find magic around, and Nathan finds a magic spot where they become invisible. And that was so silly. Oh my goodness. And it's a shame Charlie Genshin only had 3 segments. Very disappointed about that. I'm not happy about that, but I'm not going to let it take away being my favourite episode just because of that. I still loved it. So yeah, then the last episode, speaking of silly, the last episode of the Songs Week is just called Silly. Just called Silly. So Kelly eats, Chatz's monkey magic meringue, and she pretends to turn into a monkey. What the heck? Oh my god. Then Charlie turns the egg white into a soft, fluffy cloud. Kathleen makes fairy bread for her fairy friend. Charlie tries to make a triangle and a square, so she imagines there were more Charlies. What? What? That is too much. Then Tim finds an old music box that make him speak rhymes. Yeah, that is very silly as well. Then very, very silly. Then Charlie pretends to be a wind-up doll. Nathan makes a magic snack for Kathleen. Oh, interesting. Then Charlie, Tim, and Nathan pretend to be popcorn. I love the popcorn song. I wish that would have been also included in the album. Very disappointed about that, but that's alright. I don't mind otherwise. Then Kelly tells the story about a girl who gets a bike bell from her grandparents in Scotland. Her father tells her Scotland is a long way away, but the bike takes her there. But the bike bell takes her there. Say, she actually has a magical bike. Could have just said that, but you know, yeah. I think they wanted that to be like a surprise. I get what they were doing the concert, but it should have just been a surprise. So you can be happy, you know? Sorry, let me just focus on the camera. Sorry about that. So yeah, the reason why I wouldn't really put it as an S tier for the songs of the week was because I felt like they should have done better. Again, I felt like it was a little bit of the silly theme rather again. See, just exactly like the last songs of the week. And then this songs of the week was pretty much the same. Like I get they love silly dynamics, they love doing silly things. But if it's going to be a theme, you have to try and do something that goes with that theme. And I felt like there wasn't really, well, it did kind of give me magical vibes, but not as much as I thought it would be, as also Series 1 would. But at least I'll put it for A tier. But the love songs of the week, it wasn't giving me as much, so that's why I put it in B. But at least I'll still leave it to an A tier. I won't change my mind. So I'll leave it into the magic version of Series 5 version of Dream On. I'll leave it to A tier because I still really like it. So yeah, the magical dress up party was my favorite episode, and I really like the other episodes too, all in particular. Okay, boys and girls, let's talk about the next. Now let's talk about the next Hi-5 songs of the week. Again, it's another remake. It's Ready or Not. But this time, it's a Series 5 version called Work and Play instead of Games. And I actually really like that. I really thought that should have been Work and Play and this should have been Games now. But, I don't know. I don't know if I actually really liked this Songs of the Week. I don't know. For now, maybe I'll change my mind, but I'll leave it to A tier. I'll see how I go. So, the first episode of the Songs of the Week is Jobs. So deep sea diver Kelly searches for a treasure and Chats asks a jellyfish where they can find it. Then Charlie wobbles like a jellyfish. That's so silly. That's funny. Oh my god. Everything was also in Hi-5 holiday. I just pointed that out now. Then Chef Nathan makes a mountain dessert for Kathleen. Cute. That is so cute. Love that. It's making me hungry now. And Kathleen's making me hungry. Oh god. Then Charlie washes the pots. Posty Kathleen sorts some stamps and posts things to Nathan. Then Charlie turns a broom into a microphone. Yeah, and I really liked that segment. Then DJ Tim makes music for the Hi-5 band. Now that's more like it. Wow. Um, wow. That's where I felt like it should have been Come On and Party, but it didn't got included in that DVD though. Then Charlie grooves to disco music. She sings. She doesn't really sing It's a Party, but the background music of It's a Party it's playing while she sings. I don't know why she didn't sing the whole entire song, which I didn't really like that little concept they gave to Charlie in that segment. She should have also just sang the song instead of just dancing to the music. But you know, we always get people singing anyway. So, but still, I would have still preferred that as well. Then Nathan tells us a story. Then Nathan tells us, oh my god, I can't even talk. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Let me talk again. So then after that, then Nathan tells us a story about Charlie's wish shop where the customers make wishes and she grants them. Yeah, and I really liked this story as well, especially Tim was so funny in the episode. He got mixed into a ballerina. Oh my god. And Kathleen was a firefighter, which was so extreme, she didn't like it either. And then Kelly was a pirate. Arr. And then after they just got what they want. So Tim wanted to be a firefighter, Kathleen wanted to be a pirate, and Kelly wanted to be a ballerina, I think. Yeah. Yeah, then it's okay if you don't do your job properly. But you gotta get the job done. So this is the first episode in which Chats wears a purple hat. Oh, cute. Yeah, I want Chats to wear different hats, not just the same hat all the time. You know how all of the Hi-5 they change their clothes all the time? But, yeah, they should do that. Like, yeah. The shoes versus the microphone shown during Kathleen's segments are supposed to be for Nathan during his segment. Yeah, there's a lot of information. So Sydney is the state capital of New South Wales. Yeah. There's a lot of trivia, but I liked how they gave Chats a different coloured hat, but I wish they would have done that for her in every single episode instead of just that, you know? Yeah, but otherwise I still really liked this episode, I don't know. Then, the next Hi-5 episode is Animals. Again, they can't really think of anything creative, but I would still give it to Animals as well. I'd still give it to Animals. So Kathleen runs her animal beauty salon. Oh my god. Yeah, Kathleen runs her animal beauty salon. That is very silly. And she does prepare for Nathan was a lion though. Charlie dog sits three puppies. Yeah, Charlie dog sits three puppies. Nathan rounds up the sheep, which I think he does sing round up again from series 3. Round them up. So why isn't that blue highlighted again? I don't like that. Yeah, anyway. Then Charlie pretends to be a Brumby. Wait, what is a Brumby? Oh, Brumby is a free roaming feral horse in Australia. Oh, wow. That's good to know. I really liked how this trivia is already written here, and I don't even have to go and search it. That's pretty good. So Charlie pretends to be a Brumby horse. Then one of Tim's singing canaries lost her voice, so he gets a new goose, which they try to sing cohesively, but it wasn't cohesively. Then Kelly pretends to be a dolphin trainer, and Chats pretends to be a dolphin. Then Charlie pretends to be a dolphin also. Charlie also pretends to be a dolphin too. Then Kelly tells us a story about a new zookeeper who looks after 2 elephants, but he doesn't know anything about elephant life. When Charlie is a visitor of the zoo. Yeah. Well, I also really liked this story because also it was in Hi-5 favorites. Was everybody else's favorite. This was my favorite too. So yeah. So this is the last episode in which Chats wears a blue hat. Come on, just keep changing lots of different colored hats for chats. Do that in every episode. Don't just give her a blue and purple hat and a rainbow hat. So the next ones, Series 6 are a repetition. So that means it's like a repeatable like episode or whatever. I get. And I don't know why, again, Charlie only got 3 segments. I really hate that. I don't like that again. But anyway, I still really liked the episode. Then the next episode, this is probably my favorite episode ever of the Songs of the Week. I don't know. Or probably the Outer Space one, which is going to be next. So this next episode, my favorite episode of the Songs of the Week is Street Parade. So Street Parade, wow. Felt like that should have been the last episode. What is the last episode of the Songs of the Week? Oh, Getting Ready. That's okay. Yeah, so the next episode is Street Parade. Nathan turns boxes into cat heads. Charlie leads a street parade. Then Kathleen practices juggling for the street parade. Charlie moves like a wheel. Kelly talks. Kelly tells a story just miming, and Chats guesses her actions. Charlie pretends to be a statue that moves when someone claps. Wow, that is really interesting. I love that. Love that creativity. Then Tim makes musical instruments of old stuff, and the street parade begins. So he kind of also did something where what we got in the Give 5 Songs a Week from Working Together in episode 10, but I'll take it. This was probably a bit better. No, I liked the other episode too, but yeah, they made the concert much better. Then Charlie stomps with their stomping boots. Then Tim tells the story about 3 dazzling ducks that want a new dancer to join them, and they put on an audition. But they get surprised when a disco cat arrives instead of a duck. But you know what? It does still ring a bell, even if it's one cat and ducks and a cat. But I love that. It kind of rings a bell rather than just ducks, to be honest. And I love that. This is also one of my favorite showing stories, and that's why I love the episode too. Yeah, I love it. Yes, Charlie Stones with their stomping boots. Tim tells a story about 3 dazzling ducks. Yeah, I love this episode a lot too. The next episode, the Songs of the Week, is Outer Space, which I really felt like they should have called this up to Series 6, where they moved Hi-5 to Outer Space Songs of the Week from Series 6, which is already the first Songs of the Week, which I'm going to talk about later up to Series 6, but this is Series 5 now. So, episode 34, Outer Space. Yeah, so I love it. So Kelly and Chats work fixing a rocket. So yeah, Kelly and Chats work fixing a rocket while they float. Yeah, and also it was in Space Magic. Charlie sings about shining stars. Nathan looks for footprints on the moon. Charlie pretends to play tennis and football on the moon and on the Earth. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. Love them. Then Kathleen packs food for her space journey. And Space Journey, however, was her songlet in, again, the adaptation. I didn't like how they moved it to Series 7 again. They did that the exact same thing. I don't know why they did that, though. I really don't know why they're making it to be so different from Series 7, but only with the CD, with the Making Music CD, and it doesn't make sense. Like, why? Like, sorry, guys, I'll be back. Yeah, I just checked now. So Kathleen, she has 2 different adaptations to the Making Music CD album for Series 7. But this is Series 5. Like, that's so freaking weird. That Kathleen, she had not 1, but 2 segments that from her own songlets it was supposed to be. Well, I mean, no, her Space Journey songlet, however, she still sings it, and she still sings it in the album, which I like. But the only problem for her segment is that it's just got moved to Series 7. But a special play songlet, there's 2 problems. It's not only moved to Series 7, but also Kelly sang and Chats in the series. Well, this is what Kathleen sang in the album. They always just want to make everything look better so that the CD looks good. It's not about being everything to be perfect. It's about bringing the whole franchise. Do you know what I mean? Like, nah, I really don't know. Nah, this doesn't make sense anymore. And like, That's too much, really. I can't. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, we're talking about the outer space episode. Yeah, so Kathleen packs food for her space journey. Charlie blasts off to outer space to visit the planets. Then two aliens, Kelly and Nathan, land on Earth, and Tim communicates with them by outer space music. Then Charlie grooves like an alien, like Galaxy Good Time. Anytime, Galaxy Good Time. Sorry, I thought that's what she would sing. Yeah, I think she does sing it. Then Charlie tells us a story about the cosmic cleaner who needs to clean the moon before the night begins, but she can't stay still and two stars entertain the moon while she's getting clean. While she's getting cleaned, yeah. Well, you need to be cleaned, moon. Like, that is crazy. And you love movie stars. Oh my god, that's funny. That is so freaking funny. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I really liked this episode too. I like the story as well. So the last episode of the Songs of the Week is Getting Ready. Why is it getting tired? You can go to bed soon. So the last episode of this Songs of the Week is Getting Ready. Getting Ready. So Nathan, Tim, Kathleen and Kelly travel by different vehicles to arrive at their jobs. Charlie moves along in different ways without walking. Kathleen practices to get ready before the timing gets to 10. Charlie pretends to be a firefighter getting ready for action. Tim sets up his making music shop. Charlie pretends to be at the gym. Chad starts her sandwich shop. And Kelly tells her the orders on the tin can telephone. But however, their orders get mixed up because Chats and Kelly can't hear each other on the tin can telephone properly. So that's what happened. Then Charlie has break time and she stretches. Kathleen tells us a story. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who goes working with her dad for the first time and she meets a sleepy wombat. I sounded like a snake then, sorry. And she meets a sleepy wombat and a noisy cockatoo. So the wombat runs away to find any quiet place and gets lost. Yeah, well, after that they won't get lost. After that they don't get lost. They'll be fine in the end. Yeah, so my favourite episode of this Songs a Week was probably the Outer Space episode and the Street Parade. The Street Parade was my favourite one. But I loved them all so much in particular. I'm going to still leave it in A tier, only because I wasn't again happy with how the adaptations were moved up. Not only the problems to Series 7 with the songlets, that wasn't just the problem, but I felt like it would have been so much work and play. This didn't give me any work and play vibes. Do you know what I mean? But I guess it is sort of work and play. But again, it just didn't give me what I want. Like a little bit, like I don't know, like wait, where did I put the oh yeah, cause where did I put the Ready or Not? I put the Series 1 version in B tier. So I did kind of like it a little bit better than Series 1, to be honest. But I love the Series 1 version too of the whole Songs of the Week. But it wasn't really about games. I felt like this was more about games a little bit rather than the other one. That doesn't make sense. That's why I put an A tier. And I'm going to pause this for now and I'll merge it up to the next part. So there are two more songs left to talk about. Bye guys. Hello boys and girls, welcome back again to more of these, me ranking these Hi-5 songs of the weeks. I still haven't got to finish talking about Series 5 yet, so let's continue on talking about Series 5, and then later on will be Series 6. So, the first, not the first, okay, so the next Hi-5 songs of the weeks is Holidays. So Hi-5 Holiday, wow. I just absolutely loved this Songs of the Week. I really, really did, because it gave you holiday themes. It gave you, like, holiday places that the segments were taking you into. And I absolutely did love that. I enjoyed them a lot. And it gave you so much holiday activities that Hi-5 would actually give you, and it's crazy. I love it. So the first episode of the Songs Week is sports. I wouldn't say sport is holiday related sort of activity sort of thing, but it can be a sport holiday, so I'll give it that. Okay, so the first episode is sports of the Songs Week. So Nathan tries to be an Iron Man. He swims, runs, and paddles. Charlie pretends to paddle and row. Kelly and Chats make a cheer for the teddy bear team. That is very, very cute indeed. Then Charlie cheers for teddy bears. Tim, Kelly, Kathleen, and Nathan get ready for the gumboot throwing competition. Wow, that's different. Then Charlie has her own sock throwing competition. Kathleen goes down a mountain by a toboggan, snowboard, and skis. Charlie does figure skating. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a funky hippo who helps Charlie the monkey and Kelly the lizard to overcome the fear to sports day by dancing the hippo warm-up song. But then gets scared when Tim the lion calls him for the hippo hop and he isn't ready. Well, that is interesting. I really liked that story. I really, really did. Absolutely. So there's the first episode in which Chats wears her colourful hat. Chats should be always changing hats. She can't keep wearing the same old hat. But anyway, I still really enjoyed this episode. I really did. Then the next episode is A Time for Me. Oh, this one was so cute. But again, it didn't give me any holiday sort of theme, even the last one. You know what? I'm going to put it to A tier only because of that, Neil. I was really hoping to put it on S tier. But you know what? I'm going to put it here. Okay? Yeah, sorry I had to leave it in A tier because it wasn't now giving me any holiday themes. So that's why. So, next episode is A Time for Me. So Nathan has been invited to a surprise holiday and he packs everything he needs. Charlie gets ready for bedtime. Tim builds a cubby house to practice playing bagpipes. Bagpipes here. Then Charlie plays a Scottish drum while she dances. Kelly tries to have a quiet time by imagining flying through the clouds. Oh yeah, that is very cute because I did see that in Come On Party. Then Charlie had some friends over and she needs a little rest. Kathleen does yoga exercises. Charlie pretends to be a dancing lion that tries to make a louder roar. Then Nathan tells us a story about a cat who has the whole day for himself because his owner goes out. So he decides to spend the time sleeping. So he decides to spend the time sleeping, but his cat friend arrives to be with him. Yeah, well, sorry, you can't have the time to yourself. Yeah, that is really funny. That's really funny. This episode is funny. The next episode is Family Fun. Nathan checks his holiday photo album. Charlie jumps over the skipping rope. Then Kelly makes a pig family, and then she pretends to be a pig person along with Chats. Charlie hangs clothes on a clothes horse. What? Does she? Wait. Yeah, you don't need to say a clothing horse. It can be a clothing rack. You don't need to describe that. Then Tim and his Hi-5 family find musical instruments on the beach. Yeah, that is really cute. Instead of always saying Hi-5 band, saying Hi-5 family is such really, really cute. Then Charlie rubs some sunscreen on her body. Kathleen packs camping stuff for her family holidays. Charlie rolls up her swag. Then Tim tells us a story about a rock family, grandma, and Nathan, Charlie, and Kathleen. Wait, let me read again, sorry. Then Tim tells us a story about a rock family that has the first holiday together, including the grandma rock as well. That has the first holiday together. Very, very cute. And they do wear the Feeling Fine hats along with it, which is really, really good. Then the next episode is Get Fit. Get Fit. Kathleen visits Drop hides inside a backpack. Charlie pretends to ride a bike in Paris. Then Chats blows a whistle to indicate Charlie which exercise to do. Charlie jogs and runs. Tim celebrates Fitness Day along with a chicken, a horse, and an elephant. Then Charlie dances because dancing is exercise. Yeah, exercise can actually be really dancing. It is. Then Nathan does the exercises that the cards tell him. Then Charlie lifts Then Charlie lifts cans to build up her muscles. Then Charlie tells us a story about a doctor who attends a leaping patient, a wobbling patient, and a hopping and croaking patient. Wow, that is a lot of description, but yeah. That's very, very interesting. Then during Kathleen's segment, she visits Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace, and the Tower Bridge. Wow. That's really good. I love that. Then the last episode of this Songs Week is traveling, and you can describe that now because it's like some sort of holiday. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes, the last episode of the Songs Week is traveling. Nathan travels around the Australian rainforest and desert. Charlie pretends to drive a car. Tim brought a gamelan from Bali. And he tells us everything about that place. Charlie dances like a Balinese person. Kathleen sails a boat, but she forgot her lunch. Oh, that is really annoying. I hate when you have to forget lunch and stuff. Dang it. Then Charlie has a sailor life. Kathleen chats meet animals from the North Pole. Charlie dresses up with warm clothes. Kelly tells us a story about a girl who gets bored on a rainy day. So his friend takes her to topsy-turvy land. To Tim's place. Yeah, that was Tim's place. And Bouncy Land. So Charlie's place was Bouncy Land. Yeah, so Topsy-Turvy Land and Bouncy Land. Very, very cute. I loved this story. This was so good. I love the friendship a lot. So yeah, the reason why I had to put it on A tier because some of these episodes weren't giving me any any holiday themes as much as I would really hope to be, as I was really hoping to be, but no, it wasn't. So I was really hoping to put in S tier I mean, but I'm gonna leave it to A tier because it's still pretty good. It still gave you some holiday themes, but it wasn't still good enough. It wasn't enough holiday themes, so that's the reason why I left it in A tier. But my favorite episode was what was my favorite episode? And my favorite episode was Family Fun. That one was my favorite episode. I love them all, but Family Fun was my favorite. Yeah. Okay, boys and girls. So the last songs of the week for Series 5 now. The last songs of the week for Series 5 now. So Discovery. I felt like they could have gone something for a little bit underwater theme, but I guess Discovery can describe that theme. But you know what? This was actually the best songs of the week. This was actually more the best than the one I was just talking about. I'm putting this one in S tier. Yeah, I'm leaving it to S tier because I absolutely loved the songs of the week. Everything was so engaging right at the end of the series. It was a good end to the series as well. But the theme was a bit different. I didn't know this could be some sort of ending, but Underwater Discovery, I still loved it. I really like the songs of the week and their costumes as well. I love the whole songs of the week. Yeah, but the episodes, I love them. I really did. So the first episode of the songs of the week is Curiosity. Wow. It's sort of like a mystery. I love that. So Curiosity. Nathan finds the best way of balancing. Charlie practices her balancing. Kelly and Chad's turn on a yellow torch to explore a cave. Charlie pretends to mine for gold. Tim and the Hyper Band look for different ringtones. Oh wow, that sounds like fun. Then Charlie calls Kathleen on her mobile. Kathleen measures her plants. Charlie flies like a ladybird and an eagle. Then Nathan tells us a story about Planet Fuffle, where a spaceship lands and two astronauts get out. They meet two funny creatures. Wow. And they do use an American accent in this episode of which was really funny. Okay, so... Wait, sorry guys, give me a second. So a stalactite is a mineral formation that hangs from the ceiling of caves, hot springs, or man-made structures such as bridges and mines. So a stalactite. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Wait, can I just see what other thing means? Sorry guys, I just wanted to say something very, very quickly. Alright, I was just trying to say some other words that they would have as well, but there was nothing, I just saw that. Stalactite. So yeah, that was Curiosity episodes. The next episode of Songs Week is Mysteries. So the thing is kind of a discovery. Yeah. So Mysteries is the next episode. So Nathan plays with different sorts of sponges. Charlie pretends to be a sponge. Kathleen's jelly beans are disappearing, so she finds a thumbprint on the jelly bean jar and investigates the mystery. Charlie searches for something important. Tim teaches some ants the lyrics of It's a Party Song. Wow. It's so cute. Wow. I really liked how they went back into series 2, singing It's a Party. That was so cute. Then Charlie pretends to be a giant. Kelly gets a package that sounds cheap, and she tries to guess what's inside it. And, however, the funny thing actually is, again, this songlet was moved to Series 7 in the Making Music album instead of this series. Why are they doing that adaptation again? I really don't understand. I don't like how Kathleen, 2 of her segments were different, and now Kelly's segment now. Why? And I don't like how, again, also, our Chats didn't get to sing, only Kelly, she sang the album instead of in the series. Like, they just want to make the CD more and more interesting. Like, once again, it's not about that. It's not about making money. It's about the whole entire franchise making money. Do you know that? Do you get that? Like, that's not good. I don't like how these adaptations, how it deviates from that. And that's why I'm getting, like, upset. Because when you sound it from the CD, when you hear it from the CD, it's completely different off from the series as he's singing it. And it's weird. Like, I don't know why they keep doing that from the studio. But anyway, Kelly still does sing in the Making Music album of Series 7. What Sound Is That? So that's what it was called, the songlet. What Sound Is That? But I don't know why the adaptations they are getting. Why are they changing the concepts of people, the cast? Why are they changing the concept of the cast? They have to be in it. Like, that's not good. They're going to do the same thing for each and every series. It's not just this series. It's been every single series. Even since Series 1. Where, for example, Kelly had to sing the Sunscreen song instead of Charlie in the series. Why are they doing that for? I really don't get it. Anyway, their segment was cute, but I don't like how it was moved from Series 7. The album made it to this series, from this series, in Series 5. Which does not match what happened. I don't know. Then Kelly gave Charlie 2 boxes and she guesses what's inside them. Then Tim tells us a story about a royal family that loves singing loudly, but Charlie doesn't. And once a dragon arrives to the castle and gets a headache because of loud singing. Yeah, and the two loud princesses. And no, wait. There was one other princess, I think, and one queen in the story that were being very, very reckless. No, they just didn't care if the dragon liked not being noisy, and it's not good. Like, it is not good. I don't know. Anyway, let's go up to the next Hot Show episode of the Songs of the Week. So the next episode is Other Worlds. Other Worlds. Kathleen makes pictures of star shapes. Charlie does starry stretches. Kelly and Chats pretend to visit planet opposite. Planet opposite. A planet opposite. Then Charlie finds different words to say that something is big or small. Tim skydives while he hears the sound of the wind. Wow. I mean, why do you have to skydive? Like, that's crazy. Then Charlie and Kelly play with a sheet. They play with a parachute sheet, I think, yeah. Then Nathan makes his own universe. Charlie makes a little spaceship. Then Charlie tells us a story about a school at the bottom of the sea. Kelly was Mrs. Eel. Sends her students, the octopus, so an octopus, an angelfish, and a seahorse to find something special to bring back to class. To bring back to class. Yeah. So I really liked that. I really liked how you were to build a friendship while you're going to school. I liked how it did that. And not to give another Disney reference, but now that reminds me of Finding Nemo. Wow, all I see is Finding Nemo, but that's really funny. But this was such entertaining as well. Yeah, that's really funny. Um, Sorry, let me just look at something very quickly. Did I read everything? Yeah. So the next episode is fantasy. I really liked this episode as well. I don't know, I really did. Um, so yeah, fantasy. That's the next episode. So Kelly explores a magic forest. Charlie understands body language. Nathan and Tim try to keep the balloons up in the air. Charlie tries to keep a balloon off the ground without using her hands. Tim discovers the canned music. Charlie sings about Jillaroo. Jillaroo is like what? What? I think it's like another way of a cowgirl, basically. Then Kathleen makes magnetic kites. Then Charlie makes a kite while she hums. Then Kathleen tells the story about two polar bears that travel by iceberg until they arrive at a tropical island where they meet some friends who live there. Wow, that is really, really cute. And I love the ice cream that they eat in the episode. It's making me want to have an ice cream right now. Oh, I'm gonna go actually have some ice cream soon after this. Oh my god. Um, yeah. Yes, I really loved this episode as well. So yeah, the last episode of the Songs Week, not only the Songs Week, but the whole entire of Series 5. Last episode of this series, Experiments. Wow. So Kelly does plane flying tests. Wait, let me read that again. So first thing, Kelly does plane flying testing while Chats is in charge of the control hotel. Hotel. Why am I saying hotel? Tower, not hotel. Where did I get that from? I think I was just looking at something else and I was confused. Yeah, let me read that again, guys. Sorry. So the first thing that happens in Experiments episode is Kelly does plane flying testing while Chats is in charge of the control tower. There you go. So Chats is in charge of the control tower, basically. Then Charlie makes paper airplanes. Nathan finds the Hofferman's height and weight. Uh, then Charlie tries to be the tallest person. Scientist Tim, once again, makes a mixture that turns your voice into your favorite instrument. Wow. I mean, that does actually sound magical, because I think, yeah, this was in Space Magic. I knew it. I just looked at it now and I was so scared. I thought this wasn't in Space Magic for a second, but I knew it. I knew that this was in the Space Magic DVD, because this did give me space kind of like spacey kind of magic vibes. I knew it. I'm so happy about that. Um, yeah. We got the Mad Music Scientist again once in the Holiday album. Same from this series. I loved how they interpret Mad Music Scientist also in this series, but they did start introducing it in Series 4, which was weird. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, I liked this segment. I really did. And then Charlie finds different ways to clap. Kathleen makes juices for everyone, but Drop Drop drinks them. Charlie shows her groove. Then Kelly tells us a story about a boy who makes a mixture and he becomes blue, and so does his brother and sister, but their mother calls them for dinner time and they don't know how to return to being themselves. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want to see them getting messy and all dirty, but yeah, nah, and all dirty, but that's what happens. Yeah. My favorite episode was probably this episode now, the Experience episode and the fantasy episode. I loved all the episodes, but I think I really liked, I don't know. Oh god, I really loved all of the episodes, but my favorite episode was probably, I don't know, the Experiments episode, the fantasy and mysteries, but I love them all. I like the other two as well. I love them all, but Experience was my favorite. Um, yeah, so the reason why I put in STR is because I found that the themes were giving me the actual plot, what needed to happen in this Songs of the Week, which I was so happy. There were some discovery themes and activities, where we were getting into. We had not only discovery, but curiosity, mysteries, other worlds, I guess you can call it discovery, fantasy even, and experiments. So you're kind of discovering what sort of a magic thing will do. So yeah, I really loved the songs of the week. It's a shame again I only had 2 songs of the weeks also I liked in the season. Same with Series 4 and Series 3 and Series 2. Series 1 I had 3 songs of the weeks I really liked. But that's what happens when you don't get much taste to anything. But I love everything in particular, in general. I really do like. Uh, sorry, my thing just froze again. Sorry about that. Okay, boys and girls, now I'm going to have a break and merge this video again. I just finished talking about Series 5. That was brilliant. That was awesome. Now we're going to be talking about Series 6. But I feel like it's not even worth talking about Series 6, which I actually feel very upset. Because, yeah, I don't know why this person that made this tier list didn't even put the remakes of these 3 episodes. It was this one, I think, yeah. The LOV love song again, but they're happy. It was the magic episode, magic songs of the weeks, and the work and play. Yeah, I can't zoom into it because I'm gonna move everything again. Yeah, so boys and girls, that's all of Series 5. And now I just zoomed a lot. Okay, now we're gonna be getting on into talking about Series 6 next. Bye, everyone. I know that this is going to be full of repeatable segments in every single episode. They only got up to 30 episodes, which is a shame, but at least they still did something great. They still promoted something, so I'm very happy about that. But I'm going to still talk about Series 6. Bye, everyone. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back again to more of me ranking these Hi-5 songs of the weeks. As I've finished already talking about Series 5, which was marvelous. It was really great, which was really, really good. Now let's start talking about Series 6, which, to be honest, is the whole entire series was quite really boring. I feel like very upset for Series 6 because I feel like at the time they went on tour in the UK and the USA cast had to come here to Australia to record their own series as well. But the funny thing is they've only done 2 seasons because they weren't as popular as what Hi-5 would done. That's why I still prefer the original cast and not really the USA. Because it's like, it was very different, do you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, the original cast, you can't top up the original cast. The original cast is so much better. Like, you can tell, like, I don't know. They're the reason why that they've started. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to take it away from all the other casts that they've done it, but it's especially the original cast. Okay? You know that. Yeah, so the reason why they didn't get to record any new segments and only songs of the weeks were just from Series 4 to Series 5. They were basically deleted songs for the holiday album, which was a bit actually very disappointing. I would have actually preferred them not to be deleted songs, but they're still technically not deleted. They just got moved, all those 6 songs, 3 from Series 4, I think, and 3 from Series 5, later on to Series 6. So that is very interesting at least. They still had a quite new animation of those little orange characters. They're very cute. Of the Series 6 Songs of the Week's intros. Not only that, but also new intros of Kelly segments, which is very, very cute. But the only problem is I find that this series was much more very boring and basic because we've already seen all of these segments off from the last 2 seasons, of the last 2 series, which is a bit of a shame. Because I actually quite would have liked for them to at least go in the UK first and then do another whole series again. But instead, they had to not give that little contract and go into the UK for more live shows. And I didn't really quite like that because this is how this show would have gotten cancelled. But instead, it's only 1 season that is just repeatable and it's just full of repetition. Means full of the same stuff we've already seen. And that actually makes me even more upset than seeing every single filler right now, because that's the reason why I didn't like Space Magic, because they were from Series 4, Series 5, which I wanted it to be only Series 6. The only new thing that was the intro. And they didn't have an actual proper ending. It just finished after I Believe in Magic, I think so. That was really disappointing. Like, it really, really was. And that was the only Series 6 DVD. because, well, see, they had to go in the UK, and the USA cast came here, in Australia. They were in the UK, I think, by that time. So I think that's why they weren't doing this. Which I know I've already said that, but I actually feel I'm very disappointed because if that would have not happened, this show would have still kept it going and not like out of like nowhere to be said this. Do you know what I mean? Like, nah, it's not good. That's not good adaptation. That makes the adaptation and the concept of Series 6 much more worse. And you would rather go watch USA because they're in the exact same studio of the segments that they are, but the different USA cast. But it quite makes me uncomfortable that everything has changed. Like, just for them to come, but you can't top up the OG. I'm so sorry I'm talking so long about this, because it's just like, there's a very big difference ahead, you know that. Yeah, but I'm still actually I'm actually still very disappointed that they didn't do any new segments and sharing stories, nothing of that. Quite disappointed, very quite disappointed with that. Um, But at least from Channel 9 or 9 Network or whatever, it's kids like us, they still got to promote this. Because if they wouldn't have promoted this, after Series 5 would have been cancelled. And they would have been in trouble. Because they're going to just think they're doing this for kids. But actually now the thing is that adults are getting into watching them as well. Which I know that sounds different, but I don't care. People are already growing up now with Hi-5, and I grew up with them too. Like, honestly. And we are giving that generation. We are absolutely giving that generation, okay? Because that's what we need. And I was also a bit upset because we were supposed to also get a reunion, but instead, I think was it Charlie that she confirmed on Instagram as a disclaimer message, because they were actually right up to Christmas Eve, before Christmas Day, right up to Christmas Eve, they were in the Today Show of Channel 9, I think. But it's a shame Kelly and Kathleen should have came at least in a video call as well, but they didn't come. That's a bit of a shame. We only got Tim and Nathan to come out in the news, but they only got the two boys to be and Charlie to come out, but in a video call with the girls. But that's a bit of a shame because I want to see a reunion of all of them. And they're never going to experience that after years. Do you know what I mean? That's even more upsetting than just not getting anything new in Series 6. Like, why even bring Hi-5 then not do a reunion? Because Wiggles do a lot, but they've been probably way too overrated. But Hi-5 is just different. We need more Hi-5 again. Like, even if Hi-5 does come back again, they're just going to bring a new cast. I want them to do something with the OG cast again. And then that would make us even more exciting. And they also said they were supposed to do some sort of 18 plus concert for just people who grew up with Hi-5, for not people that didn't grow up with them. So I think that's why they did that. But also, it's not good. They were supposed to do a reunion concert, then after they cancelled it. But Tim and Nathan did actually confirm in the news that they are bringing some sort of Hi-5 show comeback, possibly. That would be exciting. But I don't want to keep seeing any new casting like what they've done with the other ones, because it's just very different and they don't give us the same energy that the OG cast used to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get that every person's different, every people are different, but we can't keep seeing new people and then just experience differently. We need the original cast to come back and have the same Y2K where we were. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to have that nostalgia again and childhood instead of getting a new generation. But we are giving them as fans as generation. But not to keep exchanging people and doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's not good. Anyway, guys, I'm so sorry I was been talking so long about this because I was just upset with Series 6 and moved on to that. Anyway, so sorry for the delay, guys. You can skip me rambling. So let's get up to the first Hi-5 song of the week. Hi-5 Base to Outer Space. Exploring is the theme. I felt like outer space should have just been the theme. Well, not really outer space because of space magic, but it shouldn't have been environment theme instead of just exploring. Do you know what I mean? And it gives it a very basic theme. But you know what? I still found it okay with it. I still loved the song, their costumes, everything. But the whole entire song's week was just I don't know, yeah, nah, I don't know. Sorry guys, my thing is just frozen. Hang on, sorry about that. Oh goodness. Sorry about that, guys. This tier list, Hi-5 tier list was just a bit frozen. It was freezing a lot. Back. I just paused the video. Now we're back. So yeah. The thing is called exploring. Now, I'm going to put it in B because not only that we've already seen these segments, but I felt like that this theme was very, very basic and we've already seen something to explore. Do you know what I mean? Like, not just because we already saw the same segments as Series 4 and 5, but also even within this Songs of the Week and within the segments, all of it in particular, it makes it even more basic and boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I still found this to be entertaining. I still found it to be alright. It was still good, but not as the best as the other ones. I'm sorry. But I still gave it a B tier. It's pretty decent. It's good. I like it. So the first episode of this Songs of the Week is Outer Space, which I felt like, again, not only that we got the same segments, but they weren't thinking anything creative, which is a bit of a shame because... sorry about the background there. Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because, they did put an episode called Outer Space back from Series 5. I think it was episode 34. Episode 34, yeah. But now it's just the first episode of Series 6, episode 1. Outer Space. So, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Kids just screaming. Sorry about the background, guys. Had to just adjust my chair again, fix my chair. So, yeah, the first episode of the Songs Week is Outer Space. So Kelly and Chat's work fixing a rocket while they float. So originally from Series 5, Episode 34. There you go. Charlie pretends to be a spinning spaceship. Originally in Series 5, Episode 21. Then Nathan looks for footprints on the moon from Series 5, Episode 34. Charlie plays football on the moon. Kathleen packs food for space journey. Charlie blasts off to outer space to visit the planets. Two aliens, Kelly and Nathan, land on Earth, and Tim communicates with them by outer space music. Charlie grooves like an alien. Nathan tells us a story about Planet Fuffle, where a spaceship lands and two astronauts get out. They meet two funny creatures. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I know there's nothing to it. We've already seen all of this, which is a bit of a shame. But at least they're still trying to promote Series 6, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, absolutely. We've seen all this in Space Magic, most of this in Space Magic, which I'm very happy about. Yeah. So, now let's go on to the next episode of the Songs Week is Exploring Our World. Miner Nathan goes underground to collect precious rocks, so now it's taken from Series 4, Episode 45. Charlie pretends to mine for gold. Kelly and Chats meet animals from the North Pole. Charlie is cold and she finds how to get warm. Tim skydives while he hears the sound of the wind. Charlie turns her hand into a kite. Kathleen shows how the world spins around. Charlie sings about the sun. Then Charlie tells us a story about Captain Wacko, who goes on a silly expedition to the silliest Australian town along with his friend Silly Billy. They both walk in a silly way, and Skip, a kangaroo, advises them to normal walking, but they just want to stay silly. And once they arrive, they meet an inhabitant from that town. Yeah, and I did talk about this back in Series 4. I do rather prefer to be on the kangaroo side. Because that's just way too silly. I don't know. Then the next episode of the Songs Week is a very basic title. Just one word. Fun. So the next episode is Fun. So Charlie gave Kathleen some instructions for a dance she's going to show Kelly, but Drop hides them. Charlie plays musical statues. Nathan and Tim try to keep the balloons up in the air. Then Charlie plays with balloons. Then Tim's machine collects sounds from inside the body. Then Charlie makes animal music. Then Kelly and Chats pretend to visit Planet Opposite. Charlie pretends to be in Bounce Land. Charlie tells us a story about a family called the Hurricanes. which was again Hi-5 favorites, by the way. But Tim has short hair and he tries everything to make it longer. So yeah, really funny story. Very chaotic but funny. So next episode is animals. Tim gives singing lessons to a lion. Charlie flies like a ladybird and an eagle. Kelly tries on different kinds of ears. Charlie pretends to be a cat making meowsic. I mean, that's really a pun. Oh my god, like, come on. Then Nathan makes a house for a mouse. Then Charlie pretends to be a mouse in the house. Kathleen pretends to be a bee collecting pollen and taking it back to baby bees. Then Charlie pretends to be a sunflower growing. Then Kelly tells us a story about two children that build a billy car with a little help from their dog, and their mother gives them a plain toy that makes the car fly up high. Excuse me. Yeah, that was really cool. It was really entertaining, amusing. Then last episode of this Songs of the Week is The Past. Now, I really liked how they went with this title, and I was so happy about this because this was so creative. This was probably the only creative title that they've done ever from this Songs of the Week. Now, I know it sounds a bit old, but I loved how they call it The Past. And I mean The Past. Yeah. So Tim pretends to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex playing music. Charlie pretends to be a dancing dinosaur. Then Kelly and Chad pretend to be from ancient Rome, and they make a sun clock. Charlie wears a dress Charlie wears a dress that women used to wear a long time ago. Then Nathan goes on a deep sea diving adventure. Charlie pretends to be a pirate, which she sings buried treasure again. Kathleen does an ancient Egypt dance, and Jot changes the words of the song. Then Charlie does ancient Egypt moves. Charlie tells us a story about a professor and a doctor that go on an investigation about why the yucks used to laugh too much. That they used to laugh so much. Yeah. And it was very hilarious. Very funny. So my favorite episode would have to be that. The Past was my favorite episode. This song's a bit. Outer Space was my favorite episode too, but I love them all. But I think that was my favorite one. So yes, the reason why I put it in B tier, exploring, was because it wasn't giving me anything creative as much. Do you know what I mean? And we've already seen a lot, but that's okay. Yeah, otherwise it was still decent, it was still good. It was still alright. So the next episode of this Songs of the Week is I Believe in Magic, and I absolutely love this Songs of the Week until they had to move to Series 6. Well, that's what happens. Anyway, I don't know why these songs were getting deleted and removed from the holiday album, and it sounds so ridiculous that they would have to put it in a bonus DVD. They should have just made more compilation DVDs and again made it into something new rather than just Series 6. So why are they doing that for then? Like, I really don't know. What was the logic and what was the point? What was the logic of getting that then? What was the whole point of making the bonus DVD for the holiday album? And it's not worth buying, guys. It's not worth buying. I'm sorry. People have just already uploaded it anyway, and you don't need to buy it. No, you don't. No, you don't. Anyway, let's talk about the next songs of the week. Dream Wishes. And I really liked again how they were trying to get creative, but it still wasn't good enough for me. I'm sorry. But you know what? I'm going to put it, at least I'll make an exception, I'm going to put it in A tier because I loved how everything was getting into an adventure. They were making dreams, and I absolutely love that. So I'm going to at least put it in A tier because I still liked some of the themes that were still entertaining. But stuff we've already seen is the reason why I've put it down here. Okay, so the first episode is Fantasy Fun. And again, they weren't trying to be creative there, like, because they put two different words with the same words, but never mind, of Fantasy Fun. So the theme of the week is Dream Wishes from I Believe in Magic. So, Fantasy Fun. So, Kelly and Chats imagine going on an aquarium and visit lots of fish, and I love that segment as well, which I did, like it from Series 4, which I did say that, but I really like it. And Charlie pretends to be a fish. Then Nathan imagines being a superhero of a video game. Charlie flies with a super cape. Kathleen makes fairy bread for her fairy friend. Charlie sings about shining stars. Tim climbs a mountain and listens to his echo. Charlie pretends to be an old tin can. Then Nathan tells us a story about a girl who loves her bed because she can pretend to travel anywhere like the jungle, where she meets a hippo, a toucan, and a jungle girl. Well, in fact, a Tarzan jungle girl. That's funny. Then the next episode is Adventures. So Kelly and Chad sail to find a crocodile. Charlie pretends to paddle and row. Tim imagines traveling to Brass Blower's land, where he becomes a tuba. Charlie pretends to play a trumpet and trombone. Nathan goes on an African safari and he finds different animals. As I did mention on the African safari in the Celebrate album, Tim sings it in the album and Nathan sings it in the series, which I didn't like that concept and adaptation, where that needed to be professional, which was not good. It is not about making the CD to be selling well and perfect. It wasn't about that. It was about the whole entire franchise, including this series. So I don't understand why they wouldn't even make that to be better. That is not fair. That is absolutely not fair. And not only that this was in this album, it was also in the activity book of Are We There Yet, which I didn't really mind. It was fine to add that songlet, but the adaptation was worse. Like we've seen this adaptation concept worse, much worse. But otherwise, I still liked the songlet, but I didn't like how they can change from Nathan to Tim in that cast. That's not good. Whether, like, he would have still been an animal in Nathan's space, or Nathan to sing it with Tim in the album. So why are they separating them? Why are they separating the concept? Why are they separating casts to sing songlets that was similar and to sing in the album? That's not good. Please stop doing that, okay? We don't need adaptations to mix up. We need adaptations to match, and that makes it worse. I don't know. Sorry I'm like getting upset talking about it. I'm not like upset, just very disappointed. Anyway, yeah, so after Nathan sings that Charlie pretends to go to the jungle and swim under the sea, so she does sing I Can Go Anywhere. Does she sing that? Yes, she does. I Can Go Anywhere from Series 3. Then Kathleen goes looking for a stripy spotty fish. Charlie pretends to be a silly shark. Then Tim tells us a story about a girl who visits the museum along with his sister. Charlie doesn't like dinosaurs, but Kathleen does. There's another girl who likes dinosaurs, but another girl doesn't. Until the dinosaurs of the museum start to move and come alive. So the funny thing is I did say this again in Series 5, but I'm going to say it again. So the funny thing actually was that another character had to see that moment of moving dinosaurs, and wait, the girl that didn't like dinosaurs had a special moment, and the girl that really loved dinosaurs didn't have that special moment, and that was so disappointing. And then I think they smile at each other at the end because they know that was a thing. No, it wasn't a thing. That was just out of nowhere magical myth. I really don't know. How that got into a concept. I really don't know. Oh my god. Then the next episode is I Wish. I really love how they are getting so creative with the titles. I really am, but it's still not doing good enough for me. I'm sorry. But I am still really liking how they're getting creative with titles. So yeah, the next episode is I Wish. So Kathleen pretends to be an opera singer, Charlie pretends to be a hairdresser, Nathan imagines travelling on the moon, and there he finds the moon boy. So Tim was the moon boy, and they play creative ball together. Charlie imagines how a magical bush creature would be. Chats wants to be a racing car driver, and Kelly helps her make her own racing car. Charlie wishes to be the best swimmer. Tim sings a magical song while he plays the panpipes, and a phoenix and a dragon appear. Then Nathan tells us a story about Charlie's wish shop, where the customers make wishes and she grants. So she mixes up all of the three characters' interests and then changes them back later on in the end. And I don't know why again they are making Charlie to have 3 segments in series, which is making it even more boring. Why are they doing that for? Anyway, I still liked the episode. Even if Series 4 and Series 5 were very symbols mixed and shuffled, so it was fine. I liked the I Wish part too. Episode as well. So then the next episode is Magic and Me, and they did take this title from Series 5 in the Dream On Week remake. Why are they doing that? Anyway, it's fine. So yeah, Magic and Me. So Nathan dresses up as a genie and goes into a genie bottle. Charlie does genie magic movements. Kathleen makes a magic hat to pull out a rabbit from inside. Magic hat she makes. Then Charlie pretends to be a magician. Kelly and Chad stare at an eclipse and they make a wish on it. Then Charlie has a sailor life. Tim, Kelly, and Nathan play the music that's inside their heads. Charlie pretends to play drum kit and Kelly gives her a real one. Then Kelly tells us a story about a boy who wants to be the boss of his house, like his mother. So he dreams he hears his mother, and he has to look after his brother and sister. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens, you know. Then last episode of the Songs a Week is Big Dreams. Now, how much of Big Dreams is that? Because again, Charlie's not only got 3 segments, but also it's like that. Yeah, anyway. So Kathleen visits London and Jop hides inside a backpack. Then straight away we go on to Tim imagines being a conductor of an orchestra, while Nathan wants to be a rock and roll star, Kelly a country western yodeling queen, and Kathleen an opera singer. Yeah, then Charlie pretends to play the piano and Tim helps her. Then Kelly and Chats imagine a snowy beach island where they go on holiday. Then Charlie imagines living in a colourful rainbow, where she sings Living in a Rainbow back from Series 1. Nathan pretends to be Neptune, the underwater king. Charlie pretends to be a fish. Tim tells a story about a girl who loves to make people laugh, and she goes together with her friend to a clown show. But one of the clowns gets a cold, a flu, and the other clown needs another one to get the show go on. And yeah. And however, one of the girl's friends, I think, got to be a part of it and tried to stumble and fall, pulling back one shirt. Are you kidding me? Pulling back one shirt. I mean, you can't do that. You can't be doing that, but that's okay. I still really found it funny. But you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Okay, so by the way, I really liked this Songs of the Week. It was still engaging, even if we saw the same things. So that's the reason why I wouldn't put it in S, and I put it in A tier. So yeah, my favorite episode would have to be, I don't know. I liked the Big Dreams episode now, but I love them all but the Big Dreams one. Okay, so yeah, pretty much. Then the next Hi-5 Songs of the Week is Get Moving, which is Do It All Again, and I absolutely love their costumes, which they did reuse kind of their Christmas costumes, but only their black and white and different shaped costumes, which I love that. You know what? I'm giving this an exception, because I loved the Songs of the Week, the Do It All Again songs, and all of the episodes in particular, even if we've already seen, were mixed together. So I'm going to make an exception Series 6 and put Do It All Again, Get Moving on S tier. Because I loved the Songs of the Week. Even if it was the same thing, I love this. I still love the Songs of the Week. So first episode of Songs of the Week is Get Moving. So Nathan tries to be an Iron Man. He swims, runs, and paddles. Charlie goes surfing. Kathleen is ready to do some workout, but Jop makes a mess around her space. Charlie stretches her muscles to dance. Then Kelly sings Wordplay, and I don't know why they are getting back to adding fillers, which they are making it more and more worse, and I really don't know why they're doing that. I get that it's before Kelly's segment, but they don't need to do that. I don't know why they're adding filler songs. They don't need to keep doing that. By the way, it's fine. Otherwise, I didn't mind. Then Kelly can do the can, the twist, the cha-cha, and lots of different dances. Charlie feels full of energy. She does sing the ENERGY energy song. from back series 4, which was in the same songs of the week she had in the segment. She had then Tim Kelly, Kathleen Nathan get ready for the gumboot throwing competition. Once again, then Charlie pretends to be a taekwondo master. Then Kelly tells us a story about 3 monkeys who have fun before the water of the river rises up, and then they will get home. But they don't pay attention to time when their mother arrives because time is over. Yeah, but they threw the vine. That was the monkey's fault. They threw the vine, so I don't know why they did that. They should have let 2 monkeys or 1 monkey go on each and then go home. But instead they had to make a boat, which was a full of effort. I know it's not good to be effortless as well, but with all of that effort and it's stressing out. I really don't know why. Oh my god, that's funny. Pardon me. Yeah, like, I don't know. That is ridiculously crazy. Ridiculously crazy. Like, but, you know, it is what it is. My voice cracked there, sorry. Yeah, then I really liked the episode. Then the next episode, this Songs of the Week is Get Moving again, but Get Moving Together. I don't know why they nearly didn't get creative with that title. They had to really put that there. So the last episode I just talked about, this last episode I just talked about now was Get Moving, but this next episode I'm going to talk about is Get Moving Together. It's called Get Moving this time, but Get Moving Together. So Chats is Kelly's soccer coach because it rains outside, because it is raining outside. Then Charlie and Kathleen play hockey. Nathan, Tim, and Kathleen paddle down an imaginary river, which I would have really liked the songlet back in Series 1 of Diamond Drive to get added in the songlet, which they didn't have to. And it was cancelled. I'm sorry. That is a bit upsetting. Then Charlie pretends to paddle and row. What? What? I thought Charlie already had this segment what? They aired this segment for Charlie 3 times. So 1 in Series 5, 1 in Series 6, and Series 6 again. Why didn't they just put another different segment for Charlie? That just makes it more boring. What? Are you kidding me? What? I'm sorry, guys. But I'm going to have to move this. Just for that now I'm upset. Because see what happens when you don't get good adaptation. Not only that they mix up casts with songlets from albums to series, but now they are leaving the same segments, and that is so lazy. We've already just had this segment from Charlie Series 6, and this is the second time that I had it in this series. That was the second time, look, and I can even see in the trivia. I didn't even have to notice it right away. So Charlie's second segment was the only one to be repeated twice in Series 6, as we got it in the I Believe Magic, just the last songs of the week. Why didn't they just put another different segment for Charlie? But instead they added this one again for her. I don't understand. That's the reason why I had to put in A tier. You know what? I was really hoping to put this all the way up, but you know what? I'm switching it back to B tier, because that makes me so upset now, and I haven't even got to finish talking about all the episodes of the Songs of the Week, and that's what happens when you ruin up an original concept. That's what happens when you put the same thing over and over and over, and I'm sorry to do that, to put it to B tier, but I've already seen everything anyway. More than enough, just at least for the Songs of the Week. Like, come on! It's not just giving Charlie 2 segments, but like, why do that then? Why do that then? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. But that's not good. Nah, that's not good. That's not good. Like, because you were hoping for her to have another, at least different segment of, to add the same thing we already saw from Series 4, Series 5, but not the paddle and row segment again we already got in just the, not only we got in Series 5, but they put this segment of Charlie's twice. They put it 2 times, which is crazy. 2 freaking times. And I'm sorry I can't stop getting over it. Because that's what happens when you don't get to enjoy the episodes you want to watch. You want to watch. But you're going to have to want it. But I don't want to have to want it. Because now I'm upset, in fact. Now it's like, I don't know. And it's just rubbing it and pushing it. I'm sorry, that's really upsetting because it's like that's why I feel upset that they didn't do anything new from this whole entire season. The whole, not even like the whole entire series, yeah, season or whatever, series, same thing. Yeah, but this was the only segment Charlie got to be repeated twice in it, twice, two times. So like I don't know. Um, by the way, sorry I'm not finished still talking about this episode. I just really found that to be crazy, and I just noticed that even without looking at the trivia, like I don't know. Anyway, then Kathleen goes on a surfing safari, but Drop takes away the waves. Then Charlie pretends to be a dolphin. Tim likes the funky punky music, but he doesn't know that his friends like it too. Charlie has got crazy over the crazy dance competition. Tim tells us a story. Tim tells us a story about three dazzling ducks that want a new dancer to join them, and they put on an audition. But they get surprised when a disco cat arrives instead of a duck. Well, yeah, that's what happens. I don't know, but I really liked it. Dazzling ducks and dazzling cats. Well, no, dazzling ducks and disco cat. I tried making that impression, sorry. Yeah, but I was just so disappointed, I'm sorry, because I wasn't just disappointed of just Charlie's segment that got repeated twice, but everything just made it worse. It wasn't just the segment, but that's the reason why I had to put it in B. I'm so sorry, guys. That's what happens when you feel that way, and it's not good. Like I don't know. By the way, the next episode is Up and Down, and I liked that title, Up and Down. Nathan puts on his super energy dust busting suit to clean all around. Charlie pretends to be a washing machine. Kelly invents a musical map. I was about to say tap. Kelly invents a musical map with pictures that play a tune. Then Charlie sings about a fruit salad. Tim celebrates Fitness Day along with a chicken, a horse, and an elephant. Yeah, and I liked it because it was engaging. Then Charlie pretends to be a ducking down duck. Yeah, that's funny. Then Kathleen makes an obstacle. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Kathleen makes an obstacle course indoors, but Drop destroys it, and she must make it outside. Why destroy it then, Drop? Why would you destroy it, trickster? Trickster. Then Charlie pretends to be a mouse on a mouse playground. Tim tells us a story about a hungry tortoise, so it's like a small turtle, who gets excited when a possum tells her about a new veggie patch. She walks slowly, so kangaroo and a rabbit help her to find how to get faster. And yeah, I liked that because it was like up and down, up and down. I liked that. I really, really did. Yeah, I liked it. The next episode is Machines. Kelly and Chats fly helicopters. Charlie pretends to be two helicopters. Scientist Tim invents a miraculous mechanical musician, and he can play it in an andante, moderato, and allegro. So andante is slow, moderato is normal, and allegro is fast. Charlie pretends to be a robot who is powered by the sun. However, she does sing Robot Number 1 from series. I was about to say series 4, series 1. No, series 2. Sorry. That's what happens when I keep talking. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm funny. I'm so funny. I'm actually having fun talking about Series 6 now. This is probably the best part. I talked about this now. Oh my god. This is like Series 1, Series 2. Like, Series 1, Series 2. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just so waked up over this. I'm so waked up. I'm so sorry I was getting waked up for like the same segment we got for Charlie. I'm sorry I was getting waked up by that. But you know, it's not good. And I do have opinions of that. By the way, then after Charlie's robot segment, then Nathan the Gadget Guy shows us his gadgets and rescues a kitten from the top of a tree. Very, very cute. Charlie rescues her scooter around her space. Charlie rides her scooter around her space. Oh my god, I don't know what is wrong with me today. I really don't understand. Oh my god. I'm funny, like why? Oh my god. Charlie rides her scooter around her space. Kathleen wants to make a racing car, but Jopja makes it impossible. Charlie sings Give It a Go. Nice. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who makes a remote control that speeds up the time. So when her father asks her to tidy up her bedroom so she can do it very fast, but when her friends are coming for her birthday, the remote control gets out of control and the party goes so fast. And I didn't like that. And I didn't enjoy that because not only that they added in this series, but also in Come On and Party. And I didn't like how they could make that story concept. I didn't like the concept. I didn't like that. I didn't like the execution. It's not good. I didn't like the execution at all. And that's really bad because then that's how you can not only enjoy a party watching them, but you can't even enjoy watching it at the same time. Like, that's not good as well. Like, that's even more worse. I'm sorry. But I didn't even enjoy it until the party started going fast. And I didn't like that. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom the camera so I can get some focus. Let me just read some trivia. So, Henrietta helicopter flies from Hobart to Honolulu. Oh, wow. I didn't even know until I just didn't bother reading from Series 4. Andante, moderato, and allegro are Italian words that are used in the music to indicate the speed in beat per minute. Wow, love that. So Henrietta is the helicopter from Everything Starts with H, basically. Wow. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm just being, like, so funny today. Like, I don't know. Okay, so then the last episode of the Songs of the Week are Places. Kathleen goes down a mountain by a toboggan, snowboard and skis. Charlie pretends to go on skis. Also, then Nathan wakes on the road fixing a broken pipe. Charlie fills her car with petrol and then she rides it. Then she rides her car after that. Then Kelly sings wordplay again with the filler. Oh my goodness. It's not that I really don't like fillers, it's that we just don't need them, you know? Like, they are catchy, but also we don't need them to keep adding them so that we can fill up the whole episode. They don't need to fill up the whole episode. I don't know anymore, guys. Okay, then speaking of Kelly and Chats are sitting on the sand, watching everything and finding words that start with S. So, for example, starfish, sandcastle, surfboard, or I think that was it, sea urchin. What? And they have a drink. What was that drink called? Sarsaparilla. How do you pronounce it? Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla. I don't really like sarsaparilla much. I've actually tried it once, and I do not like it. It is a very sweet cola drink, and I don't like the drink. Not to be offensive by Kelly and Chad's drinking sarsaparilla. If they really love it, good for them. But I don't like sarsaparilla. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try again, but I know I don't like it. Anyway, then Charlie skips the rope slower every time. Then Tim plays the drum, copying the sound of the waves. Charlie pretends to swim. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who is about to make her first snowman. She does it on her own because her father's a little bit busy, and once she gets it, the snowman comes alive and they play together. Very cute. But yeah, you can't just have the time to work. You gotta have the time to play as well. Like, work and play. Yeah. So, I don't know what my favourite episode actually is, because I actually started to get very disappointed in the Songs of the Week. I was really got excited to put it up to S tier, and then I was thinking, nah, I should put it down, because it's not that I just don't really like it. It's that they shouldn't have done so much better with the Songs of the Week, and I'm absolutely upset by that, and it's not good. That's not good. I didn't like the executions, how they were made in the Songs of the Week, so that's the reason why I put it in the B tier. And the concepts, they weren't making sense. So I really don't know. But anyway, boys and girls, I'm gonna stop this video for now, and I'm gonna make this video together into the next part. Still haven't finished, unfortunately, still haven't finished talking about Series 6 yet, and I will be finished talking about it in the next part. Bye, everyone. Hello boys and girls, welcome back again with me ranking more of these Hi-5 songs of the weeks as I'm still continuing talking about series 6. Now I just want to read you guys this trivia from the wiki fandom of the Hi-5 series 6 actual page. So yeah, this is the only season not to include new segments. Instead it includes segments from the 4th and 5th seasons of Hi-5. The reason they made this season was because the Nine Network would have lost the privilege to make children's content for the network like Hi-5. Yeah, I knew that because if they don't do anything to promote that, they're going to cancel it. And that's why they did that. So that the show can keep going. So for the Nine Network to keep producing kids content, they made a best of season so that the season series could keep going while they were filming series 7 in 2004. What? I thought they went in the UK for a tour, not to record series 7. I'm actually kind of intrigued why they would get onto that. I'm actually intrigued why they would get onto that. I feel like that the reason why series 6 it was the same now was because it's not just they went in the UK on that time, I think. Pardon me, but also I think series 4 and series 5 was the reason why we got those deleted and removed songs of the weeks, was that so it was planned for series 6. So I think that's why they didn't do that. So it was a best of collection of series. But I wouldn't say it's the best. I'm sorry. Like, I actually feel upset to say that, but it's not. But they can call it the best they want, but I don't mind. So the best of season. That's why this series has reused segments from the series 4 and 5. So yeah, this is the first series to have fewer episodes. This season also features a lot of deleted songs that were going to get released on the Celebrate album and the Hi-5 Holiday album. Yeah, see? That is the thing. So yeah, there's just some really mixed up adaptations, and I really hate that. It's like, I don't know anymore, guys. I don't know. Anyway, let's get up to talking about. Wait, before I talk about the next Hi-5 songs of the weeks, I want to change something in this tier because I am absolutely very upset. I'm putting it all the way to C next to Buried Treasures. The reason why I left Buried Treasures there from Series 3, like, I know I felt bad for that Songs of the Week. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to move it up to B now. Where can I put it? I know I should have done this before, but I'm going to do it now. Anyway, yeah, here. So I just moved Treasures in B tier now because I feel like I quite felt bad for it. But I'm still going to leave Adventure, North, South, East, and West in C tier because I know it was something new, but the whole Songs Week was really basic. And Robot number 1, because the adaptations, they were quite really bad and like for machines, so that's the reason why I left it in C tier as well. Same with North, South, East, and West, so I'm going to still leave those in C tier. But I still quite felt bad about that, at least B tier, because it kept giving you, wasn't anything creative. They kept saying treasure this and treasure that, you know. But they knew what they're doing, so that's fine. They knew that they had to still do something different, but treasures theme. So yeah, but I just had to do it all again, get moving in C tier because I felt some disappointments, and I'm very upset about that. And as for exploring off of base to outer space, I'm going to leave it in B tier because things were alright. But however, I did liked, probably not the best, but I still really liked the, I Believe in Magic Dream Wishes, so I left that in A tier. So yeah, that settles it. I just had to change some things, and that's what happens. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have to keep apologizing, but I'm sorry. By the way, let's go up to the next. I'm still talking about Series 6, so this is the next part now. This will be into part 3, just so you know, guys, okay? It's right here in this video right now. So, the next songs of the week is How Much Do I Love You? Heartbeat. Now, you know what? I absolutely enjoy the songs of the week. And I won't change it again. I absolutely, really, actually did love the songs of the week. Because it gave you like a love theme. It was like a love song theme, and I absolutely loved it. And I loved how they went so creative with the theme called Heartbeat. I love that. But I don't know what a lot of things could describe with the heartbeat. Like love, basically. But anyway, the first episode of the Songs of the Week is I Love to Do, and I really like that. I get that they tried getting creative with that title, but I did like that though. I Love to Do. So one of Tim's singing canaries lost her voice, so he gets a new goose. And Charlie asks Kathleen to play a three-legged running race together. Chat starts her sandwich shop, and Kelly tells her the orders on the tin can telephone, which apparently they mixed up the orders from not hearing on the tin can telephone properly. So that's it. That being said, yeah, that was silly. But anyway, that's what happens. What kind of sandwiches were there that they make? So they made like a cake sandwich. So they were supposed to make a steak sandwich, so not a cake sandwich. Oh my god! So what kind of silly cakes did they make instead? So uh, they were supposed to make a ham sandwich. But what kind of like other sandwiches were there? Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah. So I think their sandwiches were was they were supposed to make a ham sandwich, but it was a jam sandwich, I think. And they were supposed to make and so they made some sort of a pea sandwich. What? Oh, I think the vegetable. Yeah. Anyway, what were the sandwich they were supposed to make that's turned into a pea sandwich? So it was like a vegetable pea. Anyway, yeah, they were making some very silly sandwiches, and that's crazy. Okay, so apparently, they were supposed to make a ham sandwich turn into a jam sandwich, which they did. I knew what they were doing there. That's the reason why we're getting Kelly's segment, because it's a wordplay. That's crazy. Yeah. Sorry, I keep talking long about this. What kind of other sandwiches were they making? So they were supposed to make a cheese sandwich turn into a pea sandwich. That's crazy. Then last sandwich was for Nathan, which he was appalled. And I'm sorry to say that, but yeah. It was supposed to be a steak sandwich for him that turned into a cake sandwich. Oh my god. It's actually priceless. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Oh. Anyway, let's keep going talking about the sorry. Then after that, I just really love that segment. Then after Kelly's segment, so Charlie pretends to eat some fruit and we have to guess which one. Kathleen is going away for the weekend and makes a list of all the things she will take. Charlie sings about the bathroom. Then Charlie sings about the bathroom. She does sing the thing from Series 10, the album. Then Nathan does some gardening. He cuts off the trees making shapes. So Tim tries to help him out, which he got tired, which I didn't like that, but he should have done on his own. Then Charlie prunes a rose bush. Then Callie tells us a story about the Forgetful family. Once they went to the beach, Mr. and Mrs. Forgetful unpack everything, and they get proud because they didn't forget anything. But their children just want to go swimming. Absolutely. You just want to get on the activity. Okay, the next episode of this Songs Week is Close to Me. Oh, and I love that title, and it's so heartwarming. Close to Me. That is so cute. That is so sweet. So Kelly shows a memory book full of her baby memories. Then Charlie pretends to be a baby that grows up. Nathan puts some things in a plastic jar and he will send it to a friend. Charlie shows her family's hats and what they are going to do while wearing those hats. And what she's going to do while wearing those hats. Yeah, well, they're going to do what she's going to do. Then Kathleen sorts her photos and she must choose 6 of them to frame them. Then Tim tells us about his grandpa's musical group, Hi-3, and his father's musical group of Hi-4 too. Then Charlie has got triplets dancing and they copy it. Then Charlie tells us a story about a family that can never decide anything, and when their new baby is born, they must choose a name for him. So they kind of went back into that again, but yeah, I'll take it, it's fine, I liked it. And I don't know why, again, Charlie only got 3 segments, and I really hate that. I really, really hate that. Why? Anyway, I don't know. I still really liked the episode in particular. Then the next episode is Working It Out. And I really like that, Working It Out. So Kathleen runs her animal daycare and Drop swaps the numbers of babies' cots. Then Charlie feeds baby Tim and baby Nathan. Tim builds a musical dog house for Jock. Then Charlie invents a new dance for a dog, for Tim's dog Jock. Then Nathan sings about shapes, which again it's a filler. Why? Then Nathan builds a TP. It's like a fort that they build, cubby house. But he can't do it on his own, so he asks Tim for help. Cute. Then Kelly teaches Charlie to whistle. Kelly and the Hi-5 band celebrate Chatz's birthday. And I really liked how they redone the episode because I absolutely loved the episode. Then Charlie carries a piece of cake for Kathleen. Then Tim tells us a story about 2 cows that just chew and moo all day long, until another cow tells them about a new cow with new moves and groove. Like, I mean, come on, that is a lot. They need some energy. Like, come on, that's some shit happening. I'm sorry to say, but that's just some jackass happening. Then the next episode is Heart. And I absolutely love that. You gotta have some heart to this. So Chats gives Kelly a necklace with the heart shape, and there's a picture of Chats inside it. That is so cute. Inside my heart, there's a place for you, always and forever. Inside my heart. Yeah. Then Charlie pretends to be a plane writing a message in the sky. Tim shows us his favourite guitars and gives Kathleen some guitar lessons, and I love that again. Charlie sings the Hi-5 Family song, which she does sing 5 sentences back from Series 1 again. Kathleen matches the Hi-5 band's faces with the things they like. Nathan builds a doghouse for Kelly's new dog, Cassie. I think that was Kelly's dog's name, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. Then Charlie dog sits 3 puppies. Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who has a picnic with her doll and builds a sandcastle with a spade and a truck. Yeah, with all of their special things, and I love that. Then the last episode of Songs Week is Making. Wow. Nathan, Kelly, Tim, and Kathleen make a domino chain reaction. Charlie's hand wants to clap, but it needs another hand. Then Kelly makes a tricky skipping rope game, which is the Jump Kelly out from the segment from Songlet from the Celebrate album. Then Charlie starts the conga line and the Hi-5 band follows her. Kathleen sings You Can't See Me again with the filler. Then Kathleen has got a twin on a doll and they become triplets with a tall picture. Then Tim does exactly whatever Charlie does. Then Tim, Kathleen, Nathan, and Kelly build a music house together. And then Charlie draws a house. Then Nathan tells us a story about a wobbly wall and some other walls stick together. That's it, guys. So that was already pretty much this Songs of the Week. I know everything, there were some things that were giving me really basic things, but I absolutely really loved this Songs of the Week. So I'm still leaving it in S tier because they were giving me some heartwarming themes, some heartwarming moments, and I absolutely did engage that, and I enjoyed that a lot. It was full of love and heartfelt and love, so I really liked that. Heartbeat theme, and I really love that. So cute. I love how they stick to new orange character animations. I'm so happy about that. And Kelly's word segments as well of her intros. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm sticking in S tier. But just the other ones didn't stood up to me, which I'm a bit of ashamed by them. I'm very upset by that. That's what happens. Then let's go up to, yes, that's the reason why I left in S tier. Okay, so the next Hi-5 Songs of the Week is Feeling Fine. So it's the same name as the theme that they went for, the exact same name as their songs for the weeks, Feeling Fine. And I absolutely really love their costumes. I really, really do. And they do wear some of it again afterwards. Um, yeah. Wait, can I just say something? Yeah, I'm feeling fine, but it's just called Feeling Fine as well. I know that. Yeah. So sorry, let me have a look. Something. So yeah, the next week is Feeling Fine. Now, you know what? I really liked this song this week. I'm gonna at least leave it in 80. And 80 is getting much more bigger now. Oh my god. Like, I don't know anymore. Uh, anyway, can I make the screen much more smaller? I know I really don't want to do that, but, you know, that's what happens. Yeah, that's much better. No, don't. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, so let's go on with this. So you can see the whole two. Yeah, so the reason I left an A tier was because it wasn't giving me much feeling fine moments and vibes to this, but I'll tell you why again also later on. So yeah, the first episode of the Songs Week of Feeling Fine, and also the same name as Songs Week and theme together. So the first episode is Happy. Oh, and I love that. So Ranger Kathleen is on scene and sets a picnic for her animal friends. Charlie sings about a Jillaroo. Once again, she sings about a cowgirl. Then Tim and Ivan band look for a different ringtone. Charlie turns a broom into a microphone. Kelly hangs around in her hammock while she finds words that start with H along with chats. Yeah, it's nice. Then Charlie pretends to be a fox. Then Nathan looks at pictures of his family and he tries to look like them at a time. That's really good. Very cute. Then Charlie feels proud of being herself. Very cute. Then Nathan tells us a story about a young star who wants to get brighter. Her friend and her bright sister help her a little bit. But then Kelly goes where the keeper of the night sky is. And yeah, like that's very interesting. Yeah. Um, yeah, but it's sort of giving me Bambi vibes now from Disney. I keep getting Disney references. It's sort of like Great Prince of the Forest, Keeper of the Night Sky. I'm sorry, but it's giving me Bambi reference because of that, the name of that deer. That's why. Uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I really liked this episode too. It was much more happy, if you will say that. The next episode is Having Fun, and I will probably try to be having fun in this. So Kathleen makes an indoor beach. Then Charlie enjoys a lazy summer day. Tim listens to the sound while he camps. Charlie rolls up her swag. Nathan does the exercises that the cards tell him. Then Charlie pretends to be at the gym. Kelly and chats make a cheer for the teddy bear team. And that was such a cute segment. Then Charlie does moves that come from inside her head. Then Kelly tells the story about a boy who celebrates his birthday having a fancy dress party. So his mother helps him to dress up like Captain Wonder. But soon they find out that his friends dress up like Captain Wonder too. So they used, just to let you guys know, they reused again the Series 4 version. But I really liked that because in Hi-5 Favorites they used the Series 5 version, and in this series of Series 6 reused series season was they put the Series 4 version, which I liked how they had to use two different adaptation versions, because then otherwise I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't. Uh, Pardon me. Yeah. Then anyway, yeah. So I really liked this episode too. The next episode of the Songs of the Week is Strong and Brave, which goes into Series 9, turns into a Series 9 Songs of the Week way later on I'm going to talk about. But I'm talking about now Series 6. Next episode is Strong and Brave. So Kelly has got Super Nathan's costume with letters SN on. She becomes Super Nelly. Are you kidding me? I mean, we've talked about this again, like I know, but that's too much. Then Charlie pretends to be a firefighter getting ready for action. Then Tim makes a thunderstorm symphony. Kathleen pretends to sail a boat and looks for a lighthouse before it gets stuck. Charlie pretends to be a dolphin. Nathan pretends to be a Viking building a pen. Charlie pretends to be a dancing lion that tries to make a louder roar. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a girl who takes her pet dragon for the first time, first day of school, and he is scared of it. But there is another girl who takes her pet dragon also there too. Wow. And again, Charlie only had 3 segments. Why am I not surprised? Anyway, the next episode is ideas. Kelly dropped a cake and she gets angry, but she tries different ways to stop her anger. I wouldn't say this was an idea segment for Kelly, but you know what? I'll take it. It's fine. Yeah, I felt bad for her, and then chat still wouldn't even really help her out straight away, and I wasn't happy about that. But yeah. I'll still found it alright. Then Charlie shows what she does when she feels grumpy and happy. Tim and Kathleen play an opposite game. I was about to say obstacle, opposite game, an opposite game. Then Charlie sings about opposites. She sings opposites attract back from series 3. Then Kathleen looks for the perfect Kathleen looks for the perfect place for her toys to live. Charlie understands body language. Nathan invents a moodometer so he'll be able to know how he feels. Then after that Charlie shows different faces. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a rude prince who never says please or thank you. His server, his cook, and his friend make a plan to make him start saying those words of being rude, obviously, and that's not good. But I still, however, enjoy the story because I liked. I know that's how the conversation went. I didn't like that, but I still really liked the story. Yeah. Okay. Then the last episode of the Songs Week is my voice cracked again. Is celebrations. Celebrations. I like that. Kelly chats Dan Samba and they join the Carnivale parade. Charlie grooves to disco music, which she doesn't really sing it. She dances to. It's a party instrumental, basically, from series 2. Then Nathan checks his holiday photo album. Charlie wants to go bush on her next holiday. Then Kathleen sings You Can't See Me again with the filler. If I see another filler one more time, I'm going to scream. I'm going to actually scream. I really don't want to do that. But anyway, yeah. Then after speaking of Kathleen sells animal costumes for animals to wear to party. Then Charlie pretends to be a groovy zany zebra. Then DJ Tim makes music for the Hi-5 band, which I really liked his segment. I wish it would have gone a little bit more longer, but his segment went very short. It was not even 2 minutes. Then Charlie's Fingers dress up for a show, a little gala show. Yeah, a little Tonight Show. Then Kathleen tells us a story about a funky hippo who helps Charlie the monkey and Kelly the lizard to overcome the fear. To Sports Day by dancing the hippo warm-up song. But then he gets scared when Tim Lion calls him for the hippo hop and he isn't ready. Well, you got to be ready. You have got to be ready, honestly. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And that was pretty much it for the songs of the week. So the reason I put in A tier was because I wouldn't really put in S tier is because I felt like everything was so basic at the time I was watching the songs of the week, but I still really liked it in particular. So that's the reason why I put in A tier. So yeah, feeling fine. So the last songs of the week, which actually I've been waiting for, is Playtime, which is their theme, is Snakes and Ladders. And I absolutely love this adaptation. I absolutely love the songs of the week. I love their costumes. I love freaking everything. Yeah. So, as I've said already, I'm putting in S tier. Because this is probably everyone's favourites already. Absolutely. And it's such a shame that they didn't try and do anything at least for one Series 6 song in Hi-5 Favorites. That's the only thing I might probably actually feel disappointed about that. But you know what? That is just some bad happening, and that's not good. Yeah, but they did, however, put How Much Do I Love You, I think, and include these Snakes and Ladders in All the Best CD. and I really liked that. I really, really did. What else did they put? Hi-5 Base Tail to Space also was added. It's a shame Do It All Again Feeling Fine, which is very underrated. I didn't like that. They could have been all added as well. They could have been all added because they don't get that attention of those songs a week, and that's not good. And same with I Believe in Magic. I felt like those are one of the best songs. How come? Anyway, at least we've got those three, half of it. Yeah, so let's talk about this. Last song of the week is Playtime, Snakes and Ladders. The reason why I put it S tier is it was because it was giving me playtime vibes, game vibes, and everything. Yeah. So let's talk about the first episode of the Songs of the Week is Outside Play. So everything it's about playing, which I really like that. But it's not giving me any creativity, but I still really love the Songs of the Week, so it's not going to take that away from me. So yeah, Outside Play. Nathan practices for a surfing safari at the beach. Charlie rubs some sunscreen on her body. Kelly sings wordplay again. Ah! I'm sorry to scream like that. I knew there was another filler coming. No! I knew there was another filler coming. I knew it. Oh my god. Then deep sea diver Kelly searches for treasure and Chats asks a jellyfish where they can find it. I mean, yeah, you've got to know. Then Charlie searches for a mermaid. Then Timothys, Hi-5 family, very cute, find musical instruments on the beach. Then Charlie pretends to be a sailor. Kathleen makes a game for Kelly, hiding cards inside a wall. Then Charlie goes on a safari through Congo. Congo, Congo, boom, boom, boom. Congo, Congo, boom, boom, boom. That's just funny. Okay, let's catchy. Then Tim tells us a story about a royal family. Two princesses and a queen that love singing loudly, which I think they are. Yeah, love singing loudly, but one princess, however, doesn't. And once a dragon arrives to the castle and gets a headache because of the loud singing. Because of the loud princess and queen singing, obviously. Like, come on, that's crazy. That's just some crazy jackass happening. Oh my god, I keep saying I'm sorry. Yeah, I liked the episode. Then the next episode is Pretend Play. Wow. Tim imagines being a racing car driver and a painter, so he imagines it. Yeah. Then Charlie pretends to also imagines to drive. Well, yeah, Charlie pretends to drive a car. Kathleen pretends to be a little kangaroo inside a pouch. Then Charlie pretends to be a big red kangaroo. Wow. I mean, we've never seen a red kangaroo, so why then? Then Nathan shears the sheep. Then Charlie pretends to round up the sheep. Kelly tries on different kinds of hats and wonders about her perfect job. Well, is that the job for you? Then Charlie puts on two different hats and we have to guess which job is she pretending. Then Nathan tells the story about a boy who likes dressing up as a knight who waits for his friends, or should I say knight's friends? Sorry, with those fingers, I know. Along with his mother, because there will be a night sleepover. Yeah, that's really cute. Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, even though we've already seen all the segments once again, but I liked how everything was mixed up in Series 4 and Series 5. Did I talk about everything? Yeah, Charlie puts on two different hats and we have to guess which one's yeah. Okay. So, episode of the Songs of the Week is Number Play. So they learn about numbers, which is really good that we're getting to learn about every single topic, which I really like that. So the next episode is Number Play. So Nathan rounds up the sheep, Charlie does moves that a dice tells her, Kathleen sells things from faraway places, and again, she does kind of count that little money that she's got, and counts it with an abacus. Then Charlie counts her fingers. Tim plays a Chinese gong. Then he dresses up like a Chinese person. I really don't understand Tim's segment that much just to be added in this episode because I don't get the number play. Maybe he had to hit how many times, or maybe they got how many people. I don't know. I have to rewatch it, but maybe that's why they added it. Then Charlie tries to eat with chopsticks. I don't know that as well, see? And it gets confusing when you don't know the numbers to that. But, never mind. Then, never mind, yeah. Then Chats blows a whistle to indicate Kelly, which exercise to do. So I think Chats blows the whistle like 5-6 times. So yeah, I think that's why they put that as well. Then Charlie tries to be a triangle and a square. So she imagines there were more Charlies. Yeah, so she tries to see how many Charlies there's. So that's kind of a sort of giving you a number play as well. Few walls since then. Then Nathan tells us a story about a handbag shop. Somebody buys a school bag, another person buys a tartan carry-all bag, and another one buys a fluffy handbag. So a shiny handbag stays alone. Yeah, that is a bit of a upsetting thing. But then after, the shiny handbag and the fluffy handbag go best friends together, buying together. Yeah, I really try to like say it, you know. Then the next episode of the Songs of the Week is pattern play. Yeah, and I really like that. Pattern play. Pattern play. Yeah, I really like how they call it pattern play. So Nathan, Kathleen, Tim, and Kelly practice the bush dance in the square. Charlie makes diamonds using her hands, arms, and legs. Kathleen dresses up black and white. Kathleen dresses up like black and white animals. Charlie pretends to be an albatross. Tim hears a rhythm and imagines being at Rhythm City, where everyone does everything at the same rhythm, at the same time. Then Charlie makes patterns with her hands, just like a kaleidoscope. Then Kelly sings wordplay again. Oh, again they're doing that. It's not that I'm just getting really sick of fillers, but we've seen them already. Even through Series 4. Ah. Then Kelly makes a fruit salad rainbow. Charlie matches the colours with her feelings. Then Nathan tells us a story about a rainbow who is going to appear in the night. No, appear in the sky, but her colours are faded, and she did say that they are faded and drab. So she goes in search of the pixies that paints the sunset. Yeah, that paints the sunset, the sea, and the trees. Very, very cute. I think it was Renee the Rainbow, yeah. They named her that. Then the last episode, not only the Songs a Week, but whole entire Series 6. So it's a shame that they should have done another 3 Songs of the Weeks, but they've only done 6 Songs of the Weeks, which is not good. Like, I don't know why they cut it so short. At least they would have still kept everything to be the same, only to add more things, expand more into it, but they didn't want to do that. I don't know why. It's not good. Maybe it's not that they didn't want to do that, but I feel like they didn't want to do it because they felt lazy. It's not good. Yeah. So the last episode of this Songs of the Week is Animal Play. So they've only done 30 episodes, which is not good. It's not good there. Usually every season would be 45 episodes, but now we're only getting 30 in the season, which is not good. But you know what? At least we still got something. It's better than nothing. Absolutely. And, you know, it's still better than something, you know? Better something than nothing, you know? So animal play. So Kelly and Chats look for animals that start with A. So like an armadillo. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Then what other animals start with A? I can't even think today. Yeah. Then Charlie pretends to be a clever puppy doing some tricks. Nathan finds clothes to dress up like different animals. Charlie pretends to be different animals, and we have to guess them. Kathleen pretends to be a rabbit collecting carrots and making a carrot drink juice. Then Charlie finds a rabbit inside a hat. Then Tim invites cats from around the world to make meowsic together. The cat's way of saying music. Hi-5 pun way of saying cat's way of saying music, but meowsic together. Then Charlie sings about 2 different cats. Then Kelly tells us a story about a new zookeeper who looks after 2 elephants, but he doesn't know anything about elephant life. Well, Charlie is a visitor of the zoo. Yeah, this was so cute. Also, this was added a compilation of full of Hi-5 favorites. A full compilation of Hi-5 favorites, so I was loving that. Very, very cute. So Tim's cats in the segment are from Spain, Greece, and Australia. Wow, it's interesting. I didn't even know that before. I forgot to read that, but I knew that now. So, yeah. That was all it for Series 6, guys. I'm going to add all of this merged video together. I'm going to add this together from part 3. Yeah, so I talked about Series 1 last part, but I'm going to add this in part 3 for Series 5 and 6 together. Not Series 4. Yeah, you know. I'm only going to add Series 5 and Series 6 into part 3, into this part 3. Yeah, and I just felt so disappointed with most of the things from Series 6, to be honest. But I still enjoyed at least 2 songs of the weeks also from Series 6, so that's lucky. Yeah, I'm still, the reason why I left in STR playtime is because they were giving me game vibes, games, and playtime. They were giving you animals and numbers and patterns and like letters. Well, you could say letters maybe. Yeah, they were giving you lots of playful things for this songs week. That's why I was actually really enjoying it. Outside play even, and pretend play. So I really, really loved that. So by the way, boys and girls, I'm going to be talking about Series 7 now and Series 8 onto the big next part again. So yeah, Series 5 was another different adaptation, different season. Versus for Series 6 was all about everything repeatable sequence, which was a bit of a shame. But you know what? That's what happens when they are going to have other opportunities and not even doing that. But I think they went on tour in the UK. I don't believe they can't just do Series 7 right off of that. But I think also I would understand that because they've probably planned it in Series 4 and Series 5. I think they went on tour before they did that. And then when we got, for example, I think, I don't know actually, but I don't know about the Hi-5 dances. I think they did that during Series 7. But I think when we got the Hi-5 DVD game, the DVD game of that, it was sort of when we got into late Series 6. Because I can tell everything in the background while they were making those never before seen segments while you're playing the game. Into each 10 games. So they were all 10 games, but 5 of the casts have 10 games. 2 games each of them. So yeah. Um, so yeah, you can tell that they still kept that set, the same Songs of the Week set from Series 3. And that's the reason why, and I knew that. So it was actually late Series 6. So that was the only new thing that we got, basically. The Hi-5 DVD game. That was pretty much it. And I'm surprised no one wouldn't upload it, so we uploaded it. I uploaded it. So yeah, we uploaded it. So yeah. And then early Series 7 while they were there. So by the way, boys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed this ranking part as well. It's going to be so big. And there was just some things I'm really disappointed of. Yeah, and I moved Buried Treasures from that, which I did that at the beginning of this video, because I just felt bad for it, you know. Yeah, so we've still got more left. Wow. So, boys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed this part, and I'll see you again soon in the next part. Bye, guys.